An old rivalry is revisited at Gillette Stadium. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots, two teams at 1-1, revamping their rosters in the offseason, looking to make some noise, showing that this rivalry is not dead yet. Hello everyone, I am Alec Nava. It is the Steelers who entered into Foxborough plagued by injuries, limping into the contest not looking like themselves. Having trouble getting the run game going and having trouble stopping the run, which does not bode well against a physical team like New England. Aaron Rodgers did dazzle in his first game with the Steelers against the New York Jets, 4 touchdown passes in a last-second victory, but his team fell apart in the second half of their home opener against the Seattle Seahawks. What once was a shutdown defense has given up 27.9 points per game in their last 10 contests, giving up at least 30 points in the first 2 games, 32 to the Jets, 31 to the Seahawks. The Patriots got a huge divisional win over the Miami Dolphins last week, but they'll try and fix their home woes for their first 2-1 start since 2020. Similar to the Jets, the Patriots have speed and athleticism at quarterback and in the backfield to exploit an aging defense. It's far too early to tell what kind of team they are developing into and whether or not they'll be able to push for a playoff spot, but there are promising areas to build on and a lot of weaknesses to be addressed. They're one of the most average offenses in the league, though the passing offense looks fairly decent. Defensively, they are not bad, but the unit has not lived up to expectations. Improving the run game is an emphasis for the Steelers on both sides of the ball. They're 30th in yards per game and yards per carry offensively, and the defense is 28th in rushing yards allowed per game and 22nd in yards per carry allowed. The Patriots will not have Christian Gonzalez to a hamstring injury, so it's up to the other members of the secondary, namely Carlton Davis III, to step up in his absence. For what to watch, we begin with the Steelers, the visitors. They rank 5th in the league in pressure rate, but they have just 3 sacks on the season. None of them are from TJ Watt. A lot of that can be attributed to the secondary giving opposing quarterbacks easy targets to hit, but Pittsburgh needs to finish when they do get pressure. Watt has a pressure rate of 13%. He's doing a good job of winning matchups, but both Justin Fields and Sam Darnold getting the ball out quickly, the pass rush hasn't been able to finish. Getting to Drake May consistently and often should lead to him getting hesitant and lead to turnovers. Secondly, excluding the Bills and Dolphins who played each other this past Thursday, the Steelers lead the NFL in yards after catch. And also excluding Devon Achane, Jaylen Warren is 3rd in the NFL in yards after catch behind Bijan Robinson and Zay Flowers. Though the protection and the run game have not been great, his impact was felt last week against Seattle. His 65-yard catch and run is the longest play from scrimmage in the NFL this year, and will get another opportunity against the Patriots defense that struggled mightily against Achane in the passing game. New England's defense is bad at tackling, so Pittsburgh must find Warren in space and get extra yards with the ball in his hands. Third is to stuff the run. It appears that Derek Harmon is on track to make his NFL debut, which he is, and it should give the Steelers' run defense a boost. The Patriots' offense ranks 22nd in rush EPA, right above the Steelers. That's not to say the trio of Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, and Antonio Gibson isn't talented, but they've struggled behind a less than stellar interior line. Pittsburgh, however, has been awful at the trenches. The coaching staff hasn't put the players in good positions to succeed, and the players have shown poor pad level and physicality on both sides of the ball. The defense needs to live up to their payroll, being an offensive line that's still trying to find their footing. Fourth, and lastly, is to have more play action and under center plays. Rodgers had 3 touchdown passes off play action in week 1 against the Jets. The Steelers will have more shotgun plays last week and were more predictable. New England has allowed the 5th most passing yards per game when the quarterback lines up under center. It's important to keep the Patriots defense guessing and not allow them to pin their ears back on every play, getting back to utilizing play action to set up the deep balls. DK Metcalf hasn't won many vertical routes, but the lack of depth behind him has allowed opposing teams to use coverage shells that took away many vertical routes that he's used in years past to great success. Now for the Patriots, the home team. Rodgers is still a deadly quarterback from the pocket. He's completed 62.5% of his passing with 5 touchdowns and 2 picks. However, the need for the Patriots is to put pressure on him. and his ability to avoid the rush has taken a steep hit given that he's 42 years old. New England is first in the league with 9 sacks, 3.5 of them from Harold Landry, one of their many offseason additions since he came over the Tennessee Titans. They are also 9th in pass rush win rate. They have to get the pressure on Rodgers after a week where the pass rush didn't come alive until the fourth quarter. But when they did come alive, they closed their game out against the Dolphins with authority. They need a full 60-minute effort from the pass rushers to contain the future Hall of Famer. And that starts with the defensive line, which is the team's strength. Second is to attack with a balanced offense. For as bad as the Patriots defense is at tackling, the Steelers are the worst team in the NFL in tackling. They have many familiar names, but they've allowed almost 400 yards of offense in each of their first 2 games. Their rushing defense is 28th in EPA. The passing defense is 27th, giving the Patriots plenty to consider when putting together a game plan. Reproducing last week's balanced attack against the Dolphins would be the way to go, but Josh McDaniels historically took the air early in previous meetings with the Steelers, even with the constant array of pass rushers that continues to this day with TJ Watt. Is Drake May ready to take this approach? The smartest choice is to ride Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson to open up the big plays in the passing game. Third is to sync up the coverage. Similarly, the Steelers will want to target a Patriots defense ranking 20th in EPA, 31st in DVOA, and 32nd in passing yards. Communication breakdowns and soft zone coverage often in the middle of the field led to explosive plays, which is a concern against DK Metcalf. But bigger concerns lie in Jonnu Smith and Jaylen Warren. The Patriots linebackers are the biggest weakness to the defense and can be susceptible to quick, easy throws underneath. This to have Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis speed out. New England completely changed their defensive approach from week 1 to week 2, and a similar change could be coming. Will they stick with heavy zone coverage and limited blitzing like they did against Miami, or will they go back to being aggressive like they ran against Las Vegas? That is the call of Zach Kerr, the interim defensive coordinator, because Terrell Williams has stepped away from the team for the moment. Last week is to pick up the blitz. The Steelers are a blitz-heavy defense, and the Pats need to be ready when they face the aggressive blitz packages. May needs to make good decisions with the ball in the face of pressure, and the blockers need to properly identify and react to 5 or more players attacking the pocket, both from the defensive line and the second level. The Pats especially need Morgan Moses to be on his A game when going up against Watt, who, despite no sacks, still has a heavy knack for disrupting plays. We now go to our starting lineups. We begin with the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Under center, Aaron Rodgers. The running back is Jaylen Warren. The outside receivers are DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin III. They usually go with 2 tight ends. One of them is Jonnu Smith, the other is Pat Freiermuth. The offensive line from left to right, Broderick Jones, Isaac Sumalo, Zach Frazier, Mason McCormick, and Troy Fautanu. On the defensive side for the Steelers, begins with Derek Harmon and Cam Hayward up front. TJ Watt and Nick Herbert are the outside edge rushers. Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson are the inside linebackers. Outside corners are Darius Slay and Brandon Eccles. Slot corner is Jalen Ramsey. And the 2 safeties are Chuck Clark and Juan Thornhill. The kicker is Chris Boswell. Punter is Corliss Waitman. And the long snapper is Christian Coots. The return men are Kenneth Gainwell and Austin. Now for the Patriots, we begin with their offense. Under center is Drake May, the sophomore out of North Carolina. Running back is Ramondre Stevenson. The outside receivers are Kayshon Boutte and Matt Collins. Slot receiver Stephon Diggs, and the tight end is Hunter Henry. The offensive line from left to right, Will Campbell, Jared Wilson, Garrett Bradbury, Mike Onwenu, and Morgan Moses. And the defense, beginning up front, Milton Williams, Kyrus Tonga, and Christian Barmore. Outside edge rushers are Kalavon Chason and Harold Landry. The inside linebackers are Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis. The corners are Carlton Davis and Marcus Jones. And the deep safeties are Craig Woodson and Jalen Hawkins. Now for the special teams. Andy Borregales is the kicker. Bryce Barringer is the punter. And Julian Ashby is the long snapper. 2 rookies on the New England special teams. The return men are Travion Henderson and Marcus Jones. Antonio Gibson is the other kickoff return specialist. He returned a kickoff for a touchdown last week against the Dolphins. Our inactives for this game, beginning with the Steelers. Out as a healthy scratch is Andrews Pete, offensively. And the defensive inactives are Esezi Otomewo, a healthy scratch, and 3 injured players on the defensive side. Alex Highsmith out of an ankle injury, Joey Porter Jr. of a hamstring injury, and Deshaun Elliott of a knee injury. For the Patriots, their inactives are Efton Chisholm III as a healthy scratch, Caden Wallace, another healthy scratch on this lineup, and the 3 inactives on defense are Eric Gregory, Elijah Ponder, and Christian Gonzalez, who is out of a hamstring injury. Tommy DeVito is the third quarterback, as listed. Josh Dobbs is the backup. The Steelers' defense not playing up to their potential, which could pose as good news for the Patriots, as Pittsburgh usually boasts shutdown defenses. As I mentioned, between Diggs, Bode, and Hollins, that doesn't mean that Demario Douglas and Kyle Williams are out of the game plan. Pop, being the third-year man out of Liberty, can be used from time to time in their packages, and he has stepped up last year as one of their top receivers. Bode right now is their leader in receiving yards at 119. Douglas has just 6 receiving yards through 2 games played. He's seldom getting used in the game plans, with Hollins being inserted more often as a potential deep threat. Diggs can chime in from time to time. He has yet to catch a touchdown pass, though. As 3 players on the Patriots each have a touchdown receptions. Kayshon Boutte, Matt Collins, and Demario Douglas. As I mentioned, those are all wide receivers. Now, Drake May has a rushing touchdown to his credit. For the Steelers, it's been evenly split between 5 targets. Jaylen Warren, DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin III, Jonnu Smith, and Ben Skoranek, who surprisingly had the first touchdown of the year for the Steelers. This team does not have a rushing touchdown yet, and the longest run that they've had throughout the season was 13 yards. Rodgers has thrown 2 picks so far, both of them coming against the Seahawks. Now, Seattle's defense is no slouch. One of them, however, was on a tip pass by Calvin Austin, which landed into the hands of Devon Witherspoon, which is not ideal. 3 players each have a sack on the Steelers, 1 from Jack Sawyer, 1 from Alex Highsmith, and 1 from Peyton Wilson. Not really ideal when you don't have TJ Watt chiming onto the sack board. Meanwhile, Harold Landry has 3.5 sacks. Milton Williams has 2 sacks. Jalen Hawkins 1. K'Lavon Chaisson 1.5. And so far, there are 2 interceptions on the year for the Patriots. 1 from Marte Mapu, the other from Jalen Hawkins. For the Steelers, Nick Herbig, Jalen Ramsey have the 2 picks. Both of those interceptions coming last week against Seattle. We'll see how this rivalry chimes between the Steelers and the Patriots. This is a rivalry that's been in dormancy, and the height of this rivalry came between Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger, which were the best days of this rivalry. Though New England owns a 15-4 record against Pittsburgh since the start of the 1998 season, and have won 8 of their last 9 games against the Steelers. The only loss in those last 9 games was in 2018, when the Steelers got over the hump, seemingly. However, the Patriots went on to win the Super Bowl that year. The last time these 2 teams met was in Week 14 of the 2023 season. A quarterback matchup between Mitch Trubisky and Bailey Zappi. Zappi threw 3 touchdown passes. 2 of them went to Hunter Henry. The other one went to Ezekiel Elliott, who totaled 140 scrimmage yards in the contest. However, if you do know anything can change in the blink of an eye, and these 2, of course, in the northeastern side of this country. The 2000s and the 2010s were the height of this rivalry, in which these 2 teams met each other in 3 AFC Championship games in those 2 decades in which the Patriots defeated the Steelers each time and eventually making their way to the Super Bowl, winning a title in each appearance. Despite the dominance of the Patriots, the Steelers have proved themselves as a consistent playoff contender during that time period with 3 Super Bowl appearances and 2 Super Bowl victories. And the Steelers would be more successful in the postseason during the 2000s than the 2010s. In 2020, CBS Sports ranked this rivalry as the 8th best NFL rivalry of the 2000s decade. And because they play in different intra-conference divisions, these two play each other every 3 years. And based on the NFL scheduling formula, that is the case. And at least once every 6 seasons, each team's home stadium with their divisions are paired up. Sometimes more often if the 2 teams meet in the playoffs or they finish in the same place in their respective divisions. Initially, it was the Steelers dominating the rivalry, winning 10 of their first 13 meetings with the Patriots. But in the 1996 AFC divisional round, the Patriots routed the Steelers 28-3 at what was previously known as Foxborough Stadium, which was the predecessor to Gillette Stadium, which ended the Steelers' 5-game winning streak against New England. That also began a stretch where the Patriots won 14 of their next 20 meetings with the Steelers, including 4 or 5 postseason matchups. The Patriots go on to reach and then lose Super Bowl 31 against the Packers. And the following year, also the divisional round, the Steelers exacted revenge at Three River Stadium, winning 7-6 to reach their 3rd AFC Championship game in 4 years. That was also the only playoff meeting in which the winner did not eventually advance to the Super Bowl. The Steelers lost to the eventual champion Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game. Earlier that year, the Steelers overcame a 14-0 deficit to beat the Patriots on the road, 24-21 in overtime. That game, Cordell Stewart managed a game-tying drive late in the 4th, culminating in a touchdown to Mark Bruner and a 2-point conversion to Yancey Thigpen. In overtime, Norm Johnson won the game with a 31-yard field goal, giving the Steelers a first-round bye and ensuring a home game in the divisional round. In 2001, the Steelers finished with the top seed at 13-3. The Patriots overcame an early season injury to Drew Bledsoe, led by Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, rallying to finish second at 11-5. They made the AFC Championship game at Heinz Field, with Bledsoe replacing Brady due to injury. The Patriots upset the Steelers 24-17, going on to win their first Super Bowl in franchise history. Here is a spectacular day for football. It is cool here at Massachusetts. The Steelers and the Patriots, as they have met for so long. The Patriots wearing their throwback uniforms, the red jerseys. The Patriots are receiving the kickoff first. The Steelers won the coin toss, deferred to the second half. So Chris Boswell will kick it off. Travion Henderson and Antonio Gibson back deep to receive this opening kick. The Patriots Hall of Fame, as we are underway here from Foxborough, is Gibson, who returns this deep and he runs into a wall just past the 25. The Patriots Hall of Fame just inducted Julian Edelman and Bill Parcells to the Hall of Fame, and it was Edelman who rang the bell here at Gillette Stadium. And out here is Drake May, last week with 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. The first Patriots quarterback with both in a game since 2019. And watch for Stephon Diggs on the outside right. This is an under center formation with a single back set. Diggs is all alone towards the right. Matt Collins towards the left and trips formation. First play is a run to Stevenson, who gets a healthy 5 yards out that for getting ran into by Jabril Peppers, who began the year with the Patriots. However, he was cut, surprisingly, was signed by the Steelers. Last week, they snapped the streak of 46 straight games without putting up 30 points, the Patriots. The Steelers are going 2 straight games, allowing at least 30 points, which is very un-Steelers-like. We'll see how both teams roll as Henry motions towards the right. It is 2nd and 6 for New England. First down marker is the 37. May for the first pass at this game. May trying to escape. He runs into his own lineman. It's a loss of 1 as Cam Hayward brought him down. The Steelers get pressure right on the Patriots. And Pittsburgh sending out 4 guys. It's not a blitz, but he runs into his own lineman on Wenu, which allows Hayward to clean it up and get him down from behind. That was the center, Garrett Bradbury, who we ran into as well. On Wenu, the right guard, who began his career at right tackle. It is 3rd down and 7. May, out of the empty set, throws towards the right side. Dropped! Should have been picked up by Clark. He had it right there on a silver platter. And he is upset about that. And out the gate, the Steelers coming out swinging. There is a penalty marker down, though. Clete Blakeman is a referee. He is discussing with his crew to see what this penalty is. It is illegal contact, which leads to a 1st down from the Patriots. TJ Watt trying to chime himself onto the play. He cleans up Drake May and beats out Morgan Moses, the former Washington Commanders right tackle. Now with the New England Patriots after a stint with the New York Jets. She followed up after with the Baltimore Ravens. A free 1st down after an illegal contact penalty. So they'll get a fresh set of downs. The 1st down marker is the 45.5. Straight away to Stevenson. He lost the ball! It's picked up by Pittsburgh! Running it back is Fardhill! Or rather Darius Slay as he tries to go somewhere at his own 45 and goes nowhere. Right after a drop interception by Chuck Clark, Ramondre Stevenson lost the ball as it was punched out. And it was Jabril Peppers who tried to scoop it up, but could not do so. Helping him is Darius Slade, a former Philadelphia Eagle and former Detroit Lion, going from the eastern side of Pennsylvania to the western side. And already this defense wanting a bounce back after a pitiful first 2 weeks of this year. They might get that here. And here's Aaron Rodgers trotting out with this offense onto the field for the first time today. Stevenson has fumbled 7 times last year, the most in the NFL among running backs. So the fumbling problems have been an issue. And getting Travion Henderson would complement Stevenson nicely. That's the second giveaway that Patriots had this year. After May was intercepted last week. They're going to review it. But we're going to see how this goes. It breaks his hand down towards the front, and Slay picks it up. And you need that if you're the Steelers. The drive will start from their own 46, and motion is Skoranek. 2 receivers left. The only running back at the backfield is Jaylen Warren. He'll get the rock. Flag is down immediately, and much has been the theme throughout the first 2 weeks of this season, in which the Steelers' running game could not get anything going. And it looks like it's going to be on the Steelers, I think. Never mind, it's a free play. Somebody jumped early. It was Kalavon Chason. It's part of that stellar LSU draft class in 2019, in which included Joe Burrow. Aaron Rodgers is good with snap count. He has 508 passing touchdowns, which is tied for the 4th most in NFL history. He's wearing a different jersey. Now donning Pittsburgh black and gold as opposed to Packer green and yellow. It's 1st and 5, shotgun set. Quick throw towards the left. It's DK Metcalf with 1st down. Trying to burst through. He gets 10 yards. Being tackled by the former Steeler, Robert Spillane. Immediately, as Metcalf saw that it was available on the screen plate on this left side, with 2 blockers setting it up nicely to pave him the path. And that's what led to this 1st down. Now he's wide out towards the right. When they brought in Metcalf, the idea was that he would be thriving as their wide receiver 1. Motion man is Jonnu Smith. It's a toss play. Warren bursting ahead. Warren, another 1st down. It's 10 yards and might be what they needed to get the run game up and running. The tackle by Jalen Hawkins, the former Atlanta Falcon. The Steelers have allowed 7 sacks this year. The Patriots have recorded 9 sacks, the most in the NFL so far this year. They mark him a yard shy, or rather half a yard shy. So they'll need just half a yard. That's what's needed for this first down. 2nd and half. And it's a first down as Warren's still going. Down at the 15. So shifty as he is using quick deception with his feet. And ball carrier vision as the lane was open by Isaac Sumalo as he fakes out a defender who tried to tackle him at the line of scrimmage. No auto this time for the Steelers. They line up quickly. Another single back set. 2 wideouts towards the right. There's only 1 towards the left. Is there going to be a corner look to get an early end zone target? No, it's going to be another running play to Warren. This time, more shifty moves. And 5 yards, 1 yard after contact, in which he was ran to by Harold Landry. This fumble by Stevenson leading to the Steelers getting a red zone drive. The hope is that they would win their first game at Foxborough since 2008. That year was the year which Tom Brady suffered a season-ending injury, and the Patriots had played with Matt Cassel as their quarterback throughout the course of the year. Warren again. He tried to drive up front, still going, carrying a pile with him. Is he going to get the first down? Are they going to give it to him? The officials are deliberating, and we'll have to see if there's going to be a virtual measurement so as to determine the first down. Spillane and others were trying to crowd him so as to prevent him from getting the first down, and they will give him the first down. It's 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Much of this has been on running plays, and a prioritization in this game was to get the ground game going more and more. Play clock at 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Warren, a yard shy. He had a good look ahead, but so far he's having himself a nice start to this game. And it's just the first quarter. Christian Ellis was there to prevent the touchdown. Have to get the substitutions in. 5 rushes to 1 pass. DK Metcalf subs out. And they're going with their red zone option. Scotty Miller's in the game. Pat Fryer moved there too. More single back here. Another under center play. Are they going to continue pounding it on the ground? Darnell Washington in the game now. Another run. 1 yard loss. He cannot get there. In fact, it was Robert Spillane who read that, and Christian Barmore hitting them back. Let to see what Arthur Smith is going to do on 3rd and goal, as this Patriots crowd is getting loud here for 3rd and goal. The horn you hear at Gillette Stadium is the same goal horn the Boston Bruins use whenever their hockey team scores a goal. This is a shotgun play. 3 receivers to the left, only 1 to the right. Rodgers to pass, throwing this up for Washington. Flag down in the end zone. Washington is 6'7". Right? And here, Alex Austin. There's no question about this, as Washington was in the vicinity, as he prevented Washington from trying to get at this catch off. Even though this was a low high, that's was a clear mismatch in which Washington used to his advantage, and Austin's going to sub out. He is the replacement to Christian Gonzalez. The ball is placed at the 1 yard line as a result. Keep an eye out for if there's going to be a running play here. Fresh set of downs, it's 1st and goal. Toss here to Kenneth Gainwell. He's going to waltz in for the touchdown. An opening drive touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The second time in this young season for the Steelers in which they score on their opening possession. As with Jonnu Smith motions right on this inside zone split. And Gainwell took the toss, or the motion toss split. With Gainwell getting the toss play towards the left. Craig Woodson was late to the tackle. And on this opening drive, Pittsburgh managed to keep it on the ground throughout. Chris Boswell on the extra point. Perfect. It is 7-0 Steelers in this old school rivalry with Ramondre Stevenson fumbling, Pittsburgh recovering, and they get on the board with the long touchdown drive. Back from Massachusetts, we come back. In this rivalry, saw the height in the 2004 season for the Steelers when they saw the emergence of Ben Roethlisberger as their starter. On the way to a 15-1 season, he and the Steelers ended the Patriots' record 21-game winning streak, taking home a 34-20 victory. They entered the AFC Championship game having won all 15 games he started his rookie year, but the streak ended at home with the Patriots winning 41-27 on the way for their third Super Bowl title. And the defeat also prevented the Steelers from facing their in-state rival, Philadelphia Eagles, who clinched the NFC Championship. Who would have thought that there would be an all-Pennsylvania Super Bowl? But that was not the case. 8 plays, 54 yards, and 4 minutes and 53 of clock. Boswell kicks it off, and stepping up to the 5-yard line is Travion Henderson. Henderson, the rookie out of Ohio State, and he is denied entry to the 30-yard line at the 27. Drake May and company are going to get another chance. This Pittsburgh Steelers defense putting the emphasis on shutdown as they need to show that they are not going anywhere and show that they are not just some old unit. Jabril Peppers out there. He is sometimes utilized as a linebacker in some plays. He can also line up at the safety. He is very versatile. His versatility is what Mike Tomlin wanted. Stevenson, or rather Anderson, 4 yards. He won the national championship last year with the Ohio State Buckeyes. His former teammate Quinshon Judkins named the starting running back of the Cleveland Browns. They'll say Henderson got 3 yards. So Stevenson's bench for this play. 14 rushes this year to start off, even though it's just a 2-game sample size. For Drake May, the Tar Heel. Hunter Henry motions left. May going to pass towards the right, and the first completion to Matt Collins. Pushed out by Darius Slay. Collins going from one AFC East team to another. Last year he was on the Buffalo Bills as a deep threat, usually lining up on the outside opposite Keon Coleman. And that was the case even after Buffalo acquired Amari Cooper from the Cleveland Browns. Cooper retired in the offseason after initially signing with the Las Vegas Raiders, which would have been his second stint with the team, and to start his career with them when the team was at Oakland. 3rd and 1. Steelers loading up the box. Patriots preparing for a run play. They have a fullback out there on the field. It is a fullback run. It's a first down. Antonio Gibson lined up as a fullback on the play, and he plunged ahead for 3 or 4 yards, depending on the spot. But fullbacks are not utilized a lot in today's NFL. However, Gibson lined up as one, and it paid off. Turns out the CBS Sports throwbacks look very nice. Yeah, the NFL today is celebrating its 50th anniversary, by the way. May on play action. May hit as he threw it. Is that a live ball? Or are they going to rule it incomplete? That was Patrick Queen who came in on the blitz. It's a stunt up the middle. As May was hit as he threw it. Wrapped around. Yeah, Queen got a hand on the elbow of May. Are they going to rule it as forward throwing motion? Yes, they will rule it as a forward throwing motion. Patrick Queen with 14 tackles this year, 2 quarterback hits. Peyton Wilson checks back in. As the other inside linebacker, the former NC State man, Juan Thornhill, going back deep, coming over to Cleveland Browns. On the motion is right is Demario Douglas. May got it off quickly to Henderson. Henderson trying to find room. And he is hit from behind by Derek Harmon, the rookie. The first round selection for the Steelers. There's an injured Steeler on the field. The Patriots offense has 5 plays of at least 50 receiving yards, tied for the second most in the NFL. There are 6 plays of at least 8 targets, the most in the NFL. And 5 plays of at least 5 receptions, tied for the 4th most in the NFL. So far, this Patriot offense is spreading around the wealth to perfection. The injured Steeler is Darius Slay. Came over from the Philadelphia Eagles to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He walks off under his own power. So sit on to the sideline for a few plays. We'll step away. We are back here at Gillette Stadium. Darius Slay walked off under his own power. He appears to be okay. He'll sit out for a few plays. He has a helmet on. He'll sit out for one play. 3rd and 5. The Patriots convert on their only 3rd down situation. May, he is chased. Runs out of time. Back at the 41, the Steeler defense prevails. Hayward and Harmon combine. Welcome to the NFL, Derek Harmon. the rookie defensive lineman from Oregon, showing an interior stunt between him and Hayward as these two combine for the sack, with Harmon getting ahead. They made the decision that he is activated and ready to play. Hayward pressures May from behind as Behringer gets the punt off. And back to return is Calvin Austin, though Brendan Schooler got a jump ahead. The gunner, that is. Touchback here. So it's a 59-yard punt for Bryce Behringer. There is a flag down, however. Aaron Rodgers leading his offense back onto the field. Instead, the Steelers will start from their own 10-yard line. It's Brandon Echols called for the holding penalty. It's still a 7-0 lead. This woes will be back here for the moment. Steelers having the ball for their second drive of this game. The Patriots need to step up on defense. The first few games have not been going to standard for New England defensively, but they did do well to an extent in week 1 against the Raiders, despite the loss. It is 7-0 Steelers here in this first quarter, 5:12 left. Pittsburgh starting from their own 10-yard line after the penalty to Brandon Echols. DK Metcalf going towards the left on this play. Second-year center Zach Frazier leading the way. The Patriots adjust their defense with several defensive linemen shifting over to their right. That includes Kairos Tonga, who is a run stopper. Warren. The Patriots stuff him. Joshua Farmer blew up that play from the get-go and forced Warren back 2 yards. Farmer's a rookie defensive lineman out of Florida State. And nobody expected him to make an impact this early, but already he is. It's 2nd and 12 with the Steelers going shotgun. 2 tight ends out here with 2 receivers to the left. The running back is Warren. There's a blitz here. And getting rid of it towards the left. And a pass for Freiermuth. Gets 6 yards towards that sideline. It is 3rd and 6. That's a mismatch and a size advantage for Freiermuth as he went a simple out route with Craig Woodson trying to step up to get the stop. 87-yard touchdown, by the way. The second longest touchdown of this young season. Steeler fans travel well. One of them was at Nepal wearing a TJ Watt jersey. 3rd and 6. Shotgun set. Trips right, 1 left. Motioning left is Calvin Austin. And here's Rodgers to pass it. Rodgers escaping towards the left. And he coughs it up. And picked up by his teammates to prevent any further damage. That is Jaylen Warren who picked it up. A flag is down, however. That was Milton Williams, the former Eagle, who got to Rodgers. Rodgers is pointing towards the Patriots. The offense is staying out there on the field. The Steelers think this is a Patriots penalty. It is indeed a penalty on the Patriots. Alex Austin. That holding penalty is going to negate that fumble. Recovered by Jaylen Warren. And because Christian Gonzalez is out of an injury, it is Austin who is replacing Gonzalez for this time being. And of course, he held on to Jonnu Smith. That is a no-no as Rodgers tried to escape from the pocket. Because that escapability has diminished with age. Doesn't have that same running speed as he once had. 3 right and 2 left for the Steelers on this empty set. They're now at the 19-yard line. Rodgers setting up the screen. Escaping is Smith for 3 yards as he got away from several tackles. And another flag is out. 3:13 left. Play stopped. Wakeman's crew has a habit of throwing penalty flags very often. So if there is laundry all over the field time and time again, don't be surprised. This penalty adds 15 more yards. It's a low block for Marcus Jones. Unnecessary roughness, as he made a low block trying to submarine him. Pat Freiermuth, that's a low block, a dangerous play, and it's not a defensive play. Trying to go towards the knees of the blocker, that is considered clipping. The Patriots average 72.5 yards, penalty yards per game, and discipline is an issue they need to fix. They have taken 11 penalties per game so far to start the year, an issue that they need to correct. The Steelers have 3 penalties of their own. And here is a run to the right here. Kenneth Gainwell gets the first down. On to the 48. So this drive that started from the 10-yard line is running smoothly for the Steelers. Kenneth Gainwell chiming in as he is eating up the snap count from Caleb Johnson. Pittsburgh did elevate Trey Sermon from the practice squad to the active roster in advance of this game. It's a single back set. Play fake. Rodgers holding on to it. Throws it towards the left. And he got it away. In the direction of Jonnu Smith. Robert Spillane covers it. Rodgers intentionally overthrew him so as to throw that away, feeling the pressure. Did not spike it to the dirt. Spillane, the former Steeler and the former Las Vegas Raider, playing this cool. Cole Holcomb did force the fumble on Ramondre Stevenson to set up that scoring drive for the Steelers to begin this game. 2nd and 10. Clock is stopped at 2:13 to go here in this first quarter. Play clock is running down to 2. He has to get this off in a hurry, and they do get it away in a hurry, but a whistle blows for a timeout. 0-0 on the play clock. It's a live game. Double zero on the clock, and Blakeman's crew did a good job at spotting it. This was a 0-0. And Aaron Rodgers in June of 2012 said a salute to the Titans with Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Steve Young, and Jim Plunkett. It was a Bay Area consorting between all of them. As a result, 2nd and 15. Quick throw to the left to set up the screen. Advancing ahead is Warren. And that leads to a 3rd and 10, I believe. As the stop was made by Corey Durden. And a defensive touchdown by the Minnesota Vikings to put the Vikings up 14-0. It's been the defense has been the story as they've made Jake Browning uncomfortable. Hell, 3rd and 10 here. In the meantime, with 100 seconds to go, the Patriots crowd is getting loud. A mix of blue jerseys and red jerseys. Rodgers facing the blitz here. Over the middle. Caught for the first down. Towards the 30 is Jonnu Smith. There are some terrible towels from the crowd. And they have to be the loudest here in this crowd right now as Smith ran an inside route. It's a deep inside post route. Right, putting it right onto his chest as Rodgers saw the inside. Got him to there as he beat out as he beat out the linebacker 15, Marte Mapu, and the free safety, Jalen Hawkins. Smith positioned to the left of Broderick Jones, the left tackle. Rodgers 5 of 6 for 49 yards so far. This is a run to the right side with Kenneth Gainwell. 45 seconds left, so the next play is going to be the final play of the first quarter before we go to the second. Pittsburgh's progressing nicely. The Steelers have had trouble against Bill Belichick's Patriots in the past. This is a whole new Patriots team. It's a Mike Vrabel coach team. He previously was the head coach of the Tennessee Titans, but this is a homecoming for Vrabel. He once was a linebacker for them and one that used to catch touchdowns involved offensively with them and defensively. He's a defensive-minded coach, though, and defensive specialty. Before a team that thrives on defense, this is not a good start. Warren gets 5 yards on this catch and run, tackled by Robert Spillane, and that ends the first quarter. Picks up 5 yards. It is 7-0 Steelers, and they have controlled this tempo here at Foxborough. The second quarter will be next. The only touchdown belonging to Kenneth Gainwell off the punch out from Cole Holcomb, recovered by Darius Slay. 1975 has to be a legendary year for the Steelers. They went 12-2, allowed 11.6 points per game, and won Super Bowl X, defeating the Dallas Cowboys 21-17. That's when the NFL Today made its debut. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary. It's got to be a really good year for the Steelers. They want this to be a good year as well, going up against their kryptonite. 53-13 is the rushing yard advantage for the Steelers in that first quarter. 49-7 the passing yards. Total yards, they've outgained the Patriots 102-10. 102-20. Warren has the first down and into the red zone. Trying to evade several other tacklers, but Spillane finally catches up to him at the 18. A late flag is out. The Steelers pointing towards the Patriots. And Queep Wakeman has been very active, as always been, when announcing penalties. That adds on to the end of the run. Kalavon Chason called for holding. He's trying to plead his case to the back judge on 120, Jonah Monroe. And he did hold on the play. Queep Wakeman has been very active. He grabbed Broderick Jones at the upper end. Calvin Austin motions towards the right. And the Steelers making their second red zone trip today. Rodgers hands out for Warren. Warren tried to get let go of one tackler. Harold Landry picks up support for the Patriots. Picks up just 1 yard. Warren, that is 2nd and 9. Warren has had an active game so far. And Landry has had an electric start to his year with the Patriots. 3.5 sacks. So far, the Steelers defense has turned it up a notch. Arthur Smith, after being the Falcons head coach, looking to restart as the Steelers offensive coordinator. And 2nd and 9. That's now 5 penalties against the Patriots. Play clock running out of 2. Rodgers throws it towards the right side for Metcalf. Got it! Touchdown! And Aaron Rodgers stands alone at 4th on the all-time touchdown leaderboard, passing Brett Favre. And this one, a beauty by DK Metcalf. Kept both feet in bounds, the right foot dragging on that right side. That's the second straight week in which these two connected. And it's back-to-back weeks of highlight reel touchdowns. Aaron, it's all yours. Chris Boswell will kick the extra point. It's up. And he's got it. It is 14-0 Steelers. Patriot fans stunned here as Rodgers achieves his milestone of being 4th on the all-time leaderboard in passing touchdowns. It's a connection they are going to lean on throughout. 509 passing touchdowns for his career. An illustrious one for Aaron Rodgers. One of the most talented quarterbacks to have ever played this game. He is 6-7 for 61 yards on this day. The one passing touchdown to Metcalf. He had 4 against the Jets in his Steelers debut as Chris Boswell kicks it off. And getting back towards the goal line for the return is Travion Henderson. Cuts right at the 20, down at the 22. The NFL wanted to encourage more kickoff returns. The most passing touchdowns in NFL history in this leaderboard. Tom Brady has 649. Longevity has been his staple. Drew Brees has 571. At second place. Third is Peyton Manning at 539. Question now is, how many will Rodgers throw? How many passing touchdowns will Rodgers throw this year? This year is going to be his last. He just passed Brett Favre on the all-time leaderboard. Mason Rudolph sporting a nice mustache. Warren 18-20 the total yards in favor of Pittsburgh. These two teams being the only franchises in NFL history to have won 6 Super Bowls. Tom Brady's won 7 as a player. 14-0 Steelers, what has already been a stunning start. Jack Sawyer, the rookie out of Ohio State, out there in this 3-4 defense. On the backfield is Antonio Gibson, who lunges ahead, trying to get the first down. Cole Holcomb was one of the tacklers there alongside Jabril Peppers. Holcomb missed the last 2 years due to injury. Though he's one of their leading run stoppers. He was essential to this run defense. Drake May going under center this time around. The first 2 drives resulted in a fumble and a punt. We'll see how this goes this time around. May keeps it, being chased by Harmon. Harmon lost on the scramble. Here's May. Runs for the first down. He goes out of bounds at midfield. He is making things happen. 16 yards on the scramble on the right side as across the formation as Derek Harmon was pursuing him. May sees that nobody was open and he decides to take off himself. Keyshawn Bode provided the block to allow him to go out of bounds safely. And Harmon did grab the jersey of May. It's a really good job of protecting the football. Ramondre Stevenson back onto the field on this shotgun set. 2 receivers left. May will pass it this time. May towards the middle. Caught. And Holcomb immediately with the tackle on Stevenson as soon as he caught it. 4 yards on this catch. Pittsburgh is utilizing Jack Sawyer more often. And already this defense is ready to come to light. The Patriot offense needs to get something more and more. And May and his pocket passing ability need to progress. DeMario Douglas in the slot here on 2nd and 6. Josh McDaniels in his first stint as the offensive coordinator as May keeps it. May swings it out for Douglas. That pass low, incomplete. Peppers made sure not to get onto him. 3rd and 6. Jack Sawyer is creeping up as he tried to beat out Morgan Moses. But Douglas with a big drop, but that pass was low in fairness. 3rd and 6. Well, 2 rookies on the left side of the offensive line. Will Campbell and Jared Wilson. The Patriots have 1 3rd down conversion. They're trying to get their second on their 3rd try. May feeling the pressure towards the middle. There's that second conversion. And it's Hunter Henry over the middle. That's about 9 yards. Finally, there's something going here between these two offensively. And the Patriots want to spread the ball around. Hunter Henry breaks free from the block, and TJ Watt wanting to get up there on the one-on-one battle between him and Morgan Moses. Though Moses did hold his own nicely. The Marvin Leal, who was elevated for the practice squad onto the regular roster with the stop. May's 4-6 for 24 yards. Empty set here for the Patriots. May towards the middle again. Another first down again. This time it's Stephon Diggs for 11 yards. From the slot, May finds Diggs over the middle, where he's stopped by Chuck Clark. The knee was down after several times. The whistle never blew as Diggs firing up the Patriots. Nearing the 5-minute mark. Last week, he had 4 catches for 32 yards. Now the Patriots operating a similar style of everybody eats. 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends on the play, single back. It's a run play to Antonio Gibson. Gibson can't get anywhere. It's 3 yards to carry. Towards the outside, it's Leal with the stop. Leal is elevated from the practice squad to the active roster to replace the injured Isaiah Loudermilk on the IR with an ankle injury. The first 2 drives, the Patriots combined for 25 yards. They have 53 in this drive. 3 rushes and 4 passes. We're 1/3 of the way through the second quarter. Motion left is Hollins. May keeps it on the fake. Finds Hollins. Hollins wrapped up by Peppers. Right around the 22-yard line where Peppers made the tackle. Hollins was the motion man. The newest addition to the New England Patriots. He's been a journeyman throughout his career between the Raiders, Eagles, Falcons, Bills, and now Patriots. 3rd and 4. Bode and Douglas to the left. Diggs to the right. Hunter Henry, the tight end, motions towards the left with Peyton Wilson defending him. This appears to be man-on-man coverage, or rather a zone coverage from what the looks are going to be. Shotgun set. With 3 seconds, it's May. May airs this to the end zone left side. Push off. Flag is down. Keyshawn Bode pushed off Brandon Echols, it seems. And it appears to point towards the Steelers. This was the subject of controversy in last year's divisional round game between the Bills and Ravens when Keon Coleman pushed off Tre'Davious White and White got the penalty. But there's not much that Echols could do as it marked as pass interference on the defense. That was rather questionable. First and goal, Patriots. Echols is going to sub out. The ball is at the 5-yard line. Hunter Henry goes towards the left, single back set. Motion right is Hollins to the left of Henry. Patriots, the Steelers defense trying to stop this play. May, wide open, touchdown Henry! New England answers back, and they finally get on the board with Hunter Henry getting wide out towards the left on an out route. A stack play towards that left side as the Steelers defense was collapsing in on him on the blitz. New England takes advantage of it with Henry being wide open at the goal line. An easy touchdown for his 41st career touchdown. First receiving touchdown this year. It'll be the extra point from Andy Borregales. The kick. He made it. It is 14-7. The Steelers still lead it, but the Patriots on the board now. Hunter Henry taking advantage of finding the open lane through the blitz. We'll return here from New England. Much is going to be made about that push out from Kayshon Boutte. The Patriots capped off this drive with a 5-yard touchdown pass from Drake May to Hunter Henry. There's a lot to discuss about college football yesterday. The Syracuse, despite upsetting Clemson, Steve Angeli is going to be out for the remainder of the year with a torn Achilles. Oh, so we're living in the spirit of slime time here. This kickoff will be returned at the far side at the 7. And up the far side is Gainwell, 2-35. We're just shy of it, rather. The Steelers and company wanting to regain the mojo. They did again. Their last drive was an excellent one as they drove 92 yards for the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers getting touchdown pass number 509 of his career. Josh Dobbs, the backup quarterback, wearing number 11. That was once Julian Edelman's number. A career-long Patriot. He rang the bell here at Foxborough. Aaron Rodgers getting ready to lead this team out as Austin motions right again. Rodgers over the middle. He finds this man Warren shoestringed by Kyle Duggar, who is now the backup safety behind Jalen Hawkins on the depth chart. The first two drives resulting in touchdowns that took 4:53 and 6:23 off the clock respectively. 8 plays, 54 yards, 12 plays, 90 yards. It's methodical and efficient so far. These two defenses need something and fast throughout the course of this year. Rodgers is 8 of 9 for 70 yards and a touchdown. A run to the right. It is Warren, who only gets 1 yard out of it as Robert Spillane read the lane and limited Warren just 1 yard. 3rd and 5 with 8 minutes to go. And there's that Bruins goal horn that's sounding all throughout Foxborough. Jack Gibbons subs out. He's the third linebacker on the depth chart. It's Spillane and Marte Mapu. The Steelers converted their 2 previous third downs. This is their third such situation they're facing. 3 left and 2 right. The crowd is trying to play a role here. Rodgers, protection is collapsing. Rodgers trying to throw on the run, which he does, and it's off the hands of Freiermuth. Rodgers upset, as this will be the first punt the Steelers will make with Corliss Waitman. Everybody is crowded up at the front. It's a 5-man blitz. Kind of puts Rodgers on a swivel as Freiermuth, who could not see the pass being thrown his way. The ball was wide of him, not off his hands. 4th and 5, it is Waitman punting. The first punt that the Steelers have made on this day at the far sidelines, bouncing out at the 6. Excellent punt from Waitman. Nicely done. And that's where the Patriots will start their next drive. It's deep in their own territory in which they're going to start their drive. So this game will continue with 7:20 left in the second. us an update from the Colts-Titans game. The Colts finally punted for the first time this season. Well, in 1975, it's been forgettable for the Patriots. 3-11. Losing their last 6 games, 50 giveaways. And it's a time ago in which the Patriots were one of the worst teams in the NFL. Then came Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Here they're starting from their 6-yard line. On this first carry, Gibson's wrapped up at the 3-yard line. Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson blitzed the runner. And they could not go anywhere. It's 2nd and 12. Going downhill with both Queen and Wilson recognizing that this was going to be a run play and blitz the A-gap. New England still deep in their own territory. This time they're sending out Gibson wide left. This could be a passing play, which could get danger. Here it is May. May heaving this towards the middle. Popped in and out. Austin Hooper, the intended target. Hooper, a veteran of this game. And Darius Slade came in to knock this out of Hooper's hands at the last moment before he even made the catch. 3rd and 12. New England still in danger territory because if May gets sacked, it's likely going to be a safety. They're 2 for 3 on 3rd down conversions, averaging 7.3 yards to go. 3 receivers left. May in his own end zone. Dumps it off towards the left side. Stevenson reaches out. He is very close. They will look at it. New England thinks it's a first down. He thought he had enough. The officials are going to place it half a yard short. You see how close it is? Yes, he is short. The knee was down before he got across the line. It is 17-0. Minnesota, by the way, a shocker. And right now, the Patriots offense is still on the field. Are they going to run a quarterback sneak? The Steelers jumble up the line of scrimmage, boxing it out. May, toss play, Stevenson, first down and more. To the 25, it does work. They go for it on 4th down. The gamble pays off. Stevenson making up for the earlier fumble. He juked out Cole Holcomb, who was the very guy who punched out the ball from Stevenson to force that turnover. And the Patriots going effective. It's a 15.1% go for it percentage, 71st out of 86 head coaches in the time span. But that instills confidence in the offense. May on the play fake with a clean pocket. Airing this towards the middle. Intercepted! On the slide, it is Chuck Clark, the former Raven. Clark on the return to the 30. Clark slammed at the 25 by Moses. The second turnover by the Patriots on this game, and the Steelers defense, a sleeping giant, has finally awoken. And that was close enough. Did the ball ever touch the ground is the question. All turnovers are reviewed, but I don't think this is going to stand. So the celebration is going to be interrupted, and this is turned into an incompletion. The defense is going to stay on the field. Drake May is going to breathe a sigh of relief, but he wants to make sure that doesn't happen again. That was a little too far. 5:07. And May was lucky that it ever hit the ground. And Emeka Mkbuka made a one-handed catch. One of the best ones ever as he made it over the Jets defense. 2nd and 10. New England dodged another bullet in this game. 14-7 Steelers. As Darius Slay walks back out there to prep up this defense with as they face up against a shotgun offense from the Patriots. 80-21 is the total yards in favor of New England in this quarter. May, tight window, ball popped out. I don't know if that's going to be called a complete pass. They have waved it incomplete. It's another incomplete pass, another turnover in which it was called an incomplete pass at the end. It's Hunter Henry. He bobbled the ball as he was getting closed in by Patrick Quee. He bobbled it and lost it. Could not come down with it. The Patriots have dodged another bullet. And it's another third down here from New England. Dime package by the Steelers. 3rd and 10. May throws it towards the right. It's Stevenson taking off running on the first down and more. Stevenson near midfield. They dodged 2 bullets. And here they get 18 yards out. This catch and roll with Stevenson. He towards the way on the screen. It's Stephon Diggs saying to block on Patrick Queen beforehand. A little bit more difficult to carry this one up. 1st and 10 as Stevenson subs out. 4:30 to go. That's an 18-yard catch and run. 16 catches for 155 yards. 5th and 3rd respectively for running backs in the passing game entering today. On the right side, running into a crowd is Henderson. Taking this across midfield. Trying to push that pile. Four minutes to go. As Aaron Rodgers watching ours from his sideline. As the Steelers defense going to get something back here as they're getting gashed in the second quarter as opposed to how they were in the first quarter. It is 2nd and 6. As the Steelers defense gets the nickel package again. 3 rushes, 5 passes. May closed in by Watt. And down he goes. In game number 3, TJ Watt gets his first sack this season. As Watt beats out Morgan Moses. We get Ian on board here. How are you doing, Ian?
My friend, I'm doing well.
Oh. This matchup, low-key, a good one, because this was the game that I thought was going to be a quietly good game between these two. I feel it's going to be tight, and so far it is tight. May has a clean pocket. May gonna rip a bullet and another catch at the 35, and it is Stephon Diggs. The former Buffalo Bill gets on the board here on the receiving yards as May rips one. I know you may be seeing a different feed on CEBS, but Minnesota is crushing the Bengals.
They need to just they need to just stop showing that game and just go to a different one. Because let's face it, the Bengals and their defense, Carson Wentz of all QBs is cooking them right now. And no Joe Burrow.
Those are the big reasons. Yeah, there is a flag here in the meantime, but what you pointed out, no Joe Burrow. How do you let Carson Wentz dice you up? Oh, if you're Cincinnati, you got to be feeling awful. How does this happen to you? There's an ineligible man downfield on the pass, so that negates a 15-yard catch by the Patriots. That's Mike Onwenu, the right guard, who previously was the right tackle. But if you're a Bengals fan, you have to be feeling angry right now. How do you let this happen?
Well, there's an easy answer to that. Your defense. Your defense is the one thing that can let water and oil mix.
Good Lord. We're at the 2-minute warning, so we have a lot of time to discuss this, but just imagine the fall off is a stark one here by Cincinnati. And I know they're driving down the field, but in all likelihood, they're going to be forced to a field goal. Oh my goodness. How awful was that?
Oh, Higgins should have caught that.
Oh, it's just... Yeah, my friend, this is what... I was discussing this with my dad a few days ago, but I think you will agree wholeheartedly. The Bengals are turning Joe Burrow into Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
You took the most surefire quarterbacking prospect since Andrew Luck and turned him into, well, Andrew Luck.
Yep. That is the case. The most talented quarterback of his draft class getting turned into a vegetable behind that offensive line.
I sincerely want to know if Ryan Grigson has been whispering in the ear of the Bengals general manager. Seriously. Look, we all thought, after Jamar Chase's rookie season, Bengals fans were telling us that we were all wrong, that they didn't need to draft Penei Sewell. Guess what, Bengals fans? You needed to draft Penei Sewell. We understand you made the Super Bowl. We understand you beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. We understand that T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are one of the most dangerous wide receiver duos in the game. It doesn't matter if you don't have a line. And right now, Penei Sewell is the highest paid right tackle, I think. I don't know. It seems like week to week the prices go up. But I'm pretty sure he's still the highest paid right tackle in the game.
That's what I would believe too. And of course, as you said, if I was Cincinnati, Sewell fills in a bigger need than Chase does. Coming back for the 2-minute warning, as Hunter Henry has the only touchdown catch for the Patriots in this game. On his play action, May rolls out left. Dump off to Demario Douglas. Makes a man miss. Still going. 1-4 for the first down. Is he out of bounds? No, he'll mark him short the first down. 1:52. The clock stops because we're in a 2-minute warning. Demario Douglas will see if he was forced out. He was able to avoid the tackle from Brandon Echols. His knee came down, though. Yeah, his knee came down and was touched by Echols. They marked him down, and if he is down in bounds, then the clock would continue rolling. So the officials are going to converge together for discussion. So remember, all plays are reviewed. It looks like he was down, just shy of the first down marker. Queep Wakeman having a conference. In the meantime, they are going to notify Mike Vrabel of this. But in real time, he doesn't get credit for the tackle, but yes, he was touched 2 hands by Douglas. Douglas was touched 2 hands by Echols. Brady was with the New York Jets. Of course, they'll go from 15 yards to 8 yards, and yes, Cincinnati did kick a field goal with Evan McPherson. The fans are not happy about it. However, the Steelers have declined the 10-second runoff. It is inbound, 2nd and 7. So, yeah, we can discuss a lot over at the halftime, but also a chaotic chaotic final weeks of the baseball season, in which the AL West race has turned up the heat. The Seattle Mariners have clinched the tiebreaker over the Houston Astros with that outstanding catch from Victor Robles.
Yeah, what? You know what? What a turnaround for Victor Robles. For a while, it looked like he was on the fringes of being out of the league. The Mariners take a chance on him, and he comes back, and maybe not one of the best seasons of his career, but definitely making the most memories of it.
Yeah, he was on that Nationals team that won the World Series, and he's making the most out of his time with the Seattle Mariners. That diving catch, that's a top play that's one of the best plays in Mariners franchise history, and I don't exaggerate. The Steelers instead have taken the 10-second runoff, so the clock is rolling. 7 passes, 3 rushes on this drive by the Patriots. They are in Andy Borregala's field goal range. Motioning left is Demario Douglas. Coming back right. Pitch to Henderson. Henderson tripped up by Echols. It'll be 3rd down, and a timeout is called. But the Mariners are trying to do something that they haven't done since that record-breaking year in 2001, which is win their division. And now they may be on the driver's seat. Not only are they at the top of the AL West, but they are second in the entire AL behind the Toronto Blue Jays.
Jesus. Do they have enough games to catch the Blue Jays? Because the Blue Jays just lost the series to the Royals.
Oh, I was surprised when the Royals completely put belt to you-know-what on the Blue Jays. 20-1?
Yeah. Too little too late with that one, but you know what? At least they're letting the kids play, and we're getting to see, what we got. Thankfully, it looks promising, hitting-wise. They just need a new coach. But yeah, back to the Mariners real quick. I told John, who we all know is a Tigers fan, that either, no matter how the playoff picture shook out, because at the time the Royals were gunning for a wild card spot, either him, Mr. Hopkins, or I would be a fan of a World Series champion. I predicted either the Tigers, the Mariners, or the Royals to win it all.
May on 1st down, airs this towards the end zone, caught by Henry, down at the 5. As he's stopped by Patrick Queen. Stephon Diggs got the 1st down on the previous play, but of course it's going to be interesting, the race on the AL. Less than 50 seconds ago, the Patriots are just shy of the 5. They're going to mark it at the 5.5-yard line. New England running down as much clock as possible. Do remember, the Patriots will receive the ball to start the second half. Wide receivers have been targeted 6 times, tight ends 3 times, running backs 5 times. Motioning left is Henry. Austin Hooper is the second tight end. There's a jump. Flags are down, Patriots pointing towards the Steelers. The Patriots never snapped the ball. And it looks like this is neutral zone infraction.
Oh, did he blow that? I know.
Keanu Benton called for encroachment. The 3rd-year defensive lineman. Oof. So this will push the Patriots closer towards the goal line. It's still 1st and goal, but the Patriots are in better field position and better prime for something. This drive started all the way back at the 6-yard line. Run play? No, it's a play fake. May being chased. He has to heave one towards the crowd, and a lucky souvenir's going to get it home. TJ Watt and Nick Herbig were in on the play as May launched this way out of bounds, being chased by both edge rushers, or it was pile-driven by both Watt and Herbig. And a very smart play by these two. And it looked like May did grab his helmet at the end of the play. His head slammed down to the ground very hard, but he's all right. Stevenson motions right, then back left. May throwing towards the end zone. Too far. And once again, that was Herbig but that ball was out of the reach of James Pierre, who was looking to intercept it. And yes, May's head did hit the ground very hard at the end of it. Oof. That usually does not bode well for a quarterback when they are getting hit hard, because that could cause whiplash. And I'm not a doctor, but you do not want that happening. No, it's actually the Steelers receiving the second half kickoff. The Patriots received the first half kickoff, so I was in the wrong. May to the end zone, picked off. Echoes. In the end zone, May was going towards the left, and Brandon Echoes read the lane perfectly. 7 seconds remain as he was going for a Keyshawn Bode, but Echoes jumped the route. And it looked like Cameron Hayward wanted to get a hand on the ball. Didn't do that, but credit to the Steelers defense. After such a long drive by the Patriots, they bent, but they never broke. It was Echoes who jumped the route. Cam Hayward almost got a hand on it. This long drive with the Patriots started at their own 6-yard line, and they ended up with no points in the end. Aaron Rodgers takes a knee. At halftime, it's 14-7 Steelers, with Pittsburgh going to receive the second half kickoff.
All right, so Alex, I have a pick now for the most complete team in the NFL. Right now, I'm looking right at the Los Angeles Rams.
That is a shocker.
They are. Hang on, I'll do the from what I saw, they are blanketing Saquon right now. And right now the Eagles are having, okay, Jalen Hurts is 4 of 8 for -1 passing yards due to 2 sacks for 18-yard losses. Saquon Barkley, 7 carries for 13 yards. Devontae Smith, 2 catches for 16 yards. Saquon Barkley, 2 catches for 1 yard. No catches for Brown or Dotson.
Whew. Oh, A.J. Brown fantasy owners are not going to be happy with that one, but what are we seeing from the Rams? Are they elite?
I don't think it's ever been a question that they weren't. They just, at any given point, they always have an injury that screws up their flow. But as a whole unit, the Rams have one of the best. Let's all remember, last season, the Rams took Philly to the limit in Philadelphia in the NLDS, almost tying the game.
In the snow.
In the snow of all things. And now, but you take that unit, subtract Cooper Kupp, and instead insert Davante Adams.
It feels like they didn't lose anything.
None of anything, I'd say they got better.
It's insane.
Because Kupp was injury prone. Puka Nacua does what Cooper Kupp did, I would say better. And Davante Adams is the guy who stretches the field.
Yeah. And any team would love to have a guy like Davante Adams on their team.
Absolutely. Wow, the Panthers are up 10-0 on the Falcons
at
their halftime.
That is there something of a curse with Falcons kickers? Because Younghoe Koo missed several kicks in week 1, gets cut. Parker Romo makes all 5 his field goals in week 2, and then this week he missed both his kicks.
It's not the It's not the kicker's curse. It's just the curse of the Falcons.
Oh my!
The Falcons are 28-3 broke that franchise, and it's not even close.
That's
The thing is, the next season had a shot. They still had a good team, but nobody remembers it because of that loss. And then Julio Jones goes away. Oh my God!
What just happened?
I have to see who caught the ball, but Isaiah Rodgers, cornerback for the Vikings, has his second touchdown of the day.
No way!
First a pick six, and then a fumble recovery. Wade, please let this be real. It would be so effing funny. It would be so. Oh my God, he punched the ball out. I got who's number 86? Who's number 86 on the Bengals?
Oh my! I have to see who exactly is 86, but that's how bad of a day it's going for the Bengals. Oh my gosh!
Oh my
No offense.
Oh. Oh my God. Oh, it gets so much worse. He slapped the ball. So Isaiah Rodgers slaps the ball out of hands, picks it up, and then runs it back for a touchdown.
Oh my! Now I imagine the Vikings winning was something I would not be surprised because the game was going to be closer than people thought. But like this,
Oh my Lord!
Jake Browning is folding like a lawn chair to this Vikings defense.
It's not. Although granted, no, it's not just Jake Browning. This entire Bengals offense, Jake Browning threw the pick six, and Noah Fant just got the ball slapped out of his hands. And this is the only player on the Bengals offense having any kind of positive offensive production is freaking Samaje Perine.
That should not happen.
He's the backup running back, and he has their best run. His first rushing attempt was their best run of the day. Oh my Lord.
Man. Carson Wentz doesn't even have to do too much.
No, he just has to game manage. That's the best part.
Yes. He just has to be a game manager. Oh my goodness. And they're doing this without Aaron Jones.
Yeah, actually, the guy that's starting for him, Xavier Scott, has been putting in work all the Bengals timeline.
Oh, and so is Jordan Mason.
Jason Higgins signed 4-year contracts. Both signed 4-year contracts. Trey Hendrickson restructured for a 1-year deal. Start 2-0. Their best start since 2018 record-wise. And then Joe Burrow goes down with turf toe.
Oh, man.
Bungles get new ownership. This is the curse of Mike Brown.
Please. It would do Cincinnati a huge favor. This is just as bad as when the Reds were owned by Marsh Stott.
Marshott. Yeah. The woman who was ticked off that the Reds swept their opponent in the World Series because she wanted more ticket revenue.
Oh.
Good Lord.
What? Oh my gosh.
Jeez. Baseball's Harold Ballard.
Easily.
Except she actually got a championship to her name, which is... You can't win every battle.
Yeah. I just can't. I'm just looking at the baseball slate, and we already have 4 playoff teams in the National League before an American League team even clinched.
Yeah, that's about right. Wow. Isaiah Rodgers, first Vikings player with 2 defensive touchdowns in a single game.
First one ever?
First ever. This is also including the Purple People Eaters. This is also including those teams from the 90s. You mean, yeah, first player. Oh my, wait. No. Alec, we have something developing. I am going to. No. No way.
Wait, what happened?
I need to be sure of this. I need to be sure of what just happened. I need to be sure of what just happened, and if it's going to be negated by penalty.
Wait, is it a touchdown negated by penalty?
No. Wait a minute.
Oh.
2 penalties by the offense.
The Bengals offense?
It gets worse. It gets worse. Jamar Chase fumbled the ball.
What? No way!
He had the ball hit out of his hands.
No way!
Jamar Chase fumbled the ball. Oh my God, Alec! 3 guesses on who caused the fumble.
Well, Isaiah Rodgers.
Isaiah Rodgers.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is glorious.
Oh, on an illegal forward pass, too.
Yeah.
And here goes Justin Jefferson.
Oh my God.
No.
This is so funny.
Oh my gosh. This bounty is glorious. Oh gosh. Man, this is the time. What a time here. What a time. And realistically, it could be another touchdown before the half ends.
Oh, please. Please let this be real. It would be so freaking funny.
Oh, please. They're at the 5-yard line. Please throw to Jefferson. Please throw to Jefferson. I beg of you, Wentz. Oh. In the meantime, it seems the Cubs are going to settle for a wild card spot. The Phillies clinched their division. And there's an outside chance the Yankees win the AL East. The Red Sox are likely going to settle for a wild card spot. But get this. The Cleveland Guardians have the last wild card spot in the AL. If the playoffs started today, Houston would be out.
How are they not dead yet?
I'd be wondering that same question too. They've won 10 straight games. Unbelievable.
Oh, by the way, Jordan Mason touchdown. It might be 31-3 Vikings before the end of the half.
Hey, you know what? Bengals, just throw the towel. Throw the damn towel!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Just unbelievable, the mayhem scene from US Bank Stadium. Now, the era of the Purple People Eaters is no more, but it feels like the Bengals are seeing Purple People Eaters in their nightmares. Kick us up, and we are beginning the second half here at Foxborough, and this will roll the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, thank goodness for this game, Steelers and Patriots. But if there's anyone watching the Vikings-Bengals game, that game has to be switched on an instant, because this is humiliation aplenty. It's the second straight week the Steelers are leading at halftime. Last week, they lost in painful fashion to the Seahawks. They want to ensure that this doesn't happen again. The Colts are up 20-6 at halftime on the Titans. The Steelers have won 14. The Steelers won 14 straight games when leading at halftime up until last week. DK Metcalf gets 5 yards on the screen. But
Fun fact, Alec, all of that happened after the 2-minute warning.
The Vikings route?
Yeah, the Vikings scored 14 points in under 2 minutes of game time.
Unbelievable. That's outright humiliation. That's why I love defenses. And Jalen Warren would have been better off dropping that pass, because Harold Landry was all over him for a loss of 6. He saw the entire way and blew up that screenplay. Nobody was there to pick up the block, as it was a design blitz by the Patriot defense. Zach Kerr, the interim defensive coordinator, taking over for Terrell Williams, who is away for the team dealing with an illness. 3rd and 10. It is a shotgun set. It's 3rd and 11 more likely. Rodgers with a dart over the middle, and it's intercepted by Robert Spillane, the former Steeler. Just needs a block from Henderson, and he's out of bounds at the 10. Sets up the Patriots deep in Steeler territory, wanting to exact revenge for what happened in that last drive from the Patriots. Spillane read it. There was nobody in front, and Rodgers doesn't see him, breaking up routes. It was Calvin Austin who he was targeting right behind. The former Steeler gets a 37-yard return on his interception. Tampa Bay is up 20-6 on the New York Jets. And so far, the Packers are up 3-0 on the Browns. That's the shocker of it all. This drive at the Steeler 11. This begins with a 3 wide out set to the left, 1 to the right, shotgun with the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson, the running back. May, straight to the middle. Caught by Henry. Patrick Queen stopped him at the 3. It is 8 yards for the Patriots. And Henry is on one knee. He is a little hurt. It looks to be his left lower leg that is banged up. He's a little limp. The legs clipped each other a bit. So they're going to work on that left leg for the time being. And the tackle made by Queen, the medical staff is out there to assist him. So we'll step away for this time being. Oh, Minnesota once again has the ball. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
And that's looking through the other games right now. Yeah, the Falcons and Panthers, they came out their halftime. Commanders up 20-10 on the Raiders, not surprised. The Buccaneers dominating the Jets, not surprised. The surprise here is the Rams leading the Eagles.
Yeah, like I said, the Rams are looking like the most complete team in the NFL right now.
Oh, yes, as you noted.
Oh, also, we have preseason hockey.
Yep, just saw from last night that, and I heard that there was a fight between the Stars and Blues last night in preseason.
Oh, I didn't see, but I'm just glad we got something. We got some hockey back.
Oh yeah, and one fan that came over dressed up in full goalie pads, like Jake Ottinger.
Yep. Dallas Stars, you're going to be carrying the city of Dallas on your back.
Yep.
For any semblance of hope.
Oh, I will post it on the Jumbo. That fan dressed like Ottinger. That was one of the best moments of last night at American Airlines Center.
Fake Ottinger. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is. So Hunter Henry is at the sideline. He seems to be okay. He has full padding on, helmet on, 2nd and 1. They say that he got 9 yards out of that. It's 8.5 though. Stevenson trying to go up the middle. He stumbles. Was he brought down first, or did the ball come out? The ball popped free. Did it come out? The Steelers come out to pack with it. They'll have to check if this is a fumble. And it's Steelers ball! That's the second fumble by Stevenson today. Unbelievable. It was inches before he even got to the end zone, and he lost the football for the second time today. Peyton Wilson recovers in the end zone. It's a touchback. Unbelievable that Stevenson, who fumbled 7 times last year, has fumbled again today. And job security is going to come into question, or going to step away. But if this is the beginning of the end, job security may be coming into question. That if the Patriots were to run with a running back, they need to go with Travion Henderson more. Because this cannot keep happening. Oh my goodness. And the Rams scored another touchdown as we speak of them. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
If they didn't see it during the Eagles win against the Chiefs last week, they're seeing it now. The Eagles are not as special as people want them to be. They're vulnerable.
Yeah, we're seeing that in real time. And Kevin Patullo said we're going to devise up more running plays. Well, that's being blown up now.
Yeah.
It's why I had the feeling that the Eagles would not return to the Super Bowl this year. And perhaps that may come to light. There's still going to be a playoff team. But the Super Bowl might not be in the rear view mirror. It might not be in the ahead for them on the road. But here, the Rams, putting up a clinic, which is unbelievable. And
34?
so see now what the Steelers are doing offensively. They were outgained thoroughly in the second quarter, and Peyton Wilson and Mike Tomlin have some happy words with one another. Stevenson, of course, has to be the grumpiest man here at Foxborough because he just fumbled twice. Pat Freiermuth was in motion. He is in the slot. They'll go with Jalen Warren this time. Up ahead. 4 yards. Flag is down at the end of the run. And it looks like the Steelers are going to be going back. This is going to be a holding penalty, from all likelihood. 5 penalties from the Steelers. On the day, the Patriots have 6. That's the center, Zach Frazier, called on the hold. And that was after a discussion between Quete Blakeman and the umpire, Scott Campbell. And this fumble takes another 7 points off the board from the Patriots as he fumbled at the 1 yard line, went up ahead, and Stevenson slammed his helmet to the ground in frustration. Already has 14 points off the board. 3 turnovers committed by New England here at Gillette Stadium. On the shotgun, the Patriots send the blitz, and Warren gets down. A loss of 2. The second time Milton Williams has forced a loss of yardage on a run play. This is now 2nd and 22. And Matthew Stafford got it to Kyron Williams on that touchdown. Whew. How about that? 2nd and 22 as the Steelers go no huddle on the shotgun. 4-man rush by the Patriots. Rodgers at his own goal line. And that bounces off of Warren's hands. It'll be 3rd and 22. The tackle for loss from Milton Williams. And this time, a little bump by 22 of the Patriots. 22 being Charles Woods, the slot corner. Came over the Los Angeles Rams. Stevenson going to get encouragement from his teammates, but he's still upset. Shotgun, 2 left and 3 right. 3rd and 22, Rodgers. And the catch, not close. Not even close. Calvin Austin stopped at the 19. The stop by Carlton Davis, the former Buccaneer. Last year was with the Detroit Lions, and that forced a quick free and out. The Patriots will get the ball back as Corliss Waitman will send this off. Back deep is Marcus Jones. Just the second punt of the day for Waitman. Jones at his own 29. Waitman sends this one off. That one nearly blocked. Jones at his own 35 now. Has blockers. Jones shifting to the 46. So that is where the Patriots will begin their drive. So they trail 14-7. And what is going to be a tight game. We'll return here in a moment.
All right, so Eagles score a touchdown. It is now 26-14.
Yeah, the Panthers, they get another touchdown. They're up 17-0.
Wow. Over the Jags?
No, over the Falcons.
Didn't see that coming.
Nope.
Yeah, it's one of the shortest pick sixes. 13 yards for Chow Smith-Wade.
Whoa, Penix threw he threw a pick 6.
Yeah, he threw a pick 6.
Wow. Let's see what else. Jags still beating the Texans. Surprising. The Colts blowing out the Titans. Not surprising, although.
The Raiders, something must have happened. Well, no. The Raiders.
Let's see.
Browns are keeping it close against the Pack.
Yep. Indiana Jones, 14 for 20. 14 to 20, 193, and 1 tutty.
Oh, Indiana Jones and the Gridiron Warfare. Trying to make something creative out of names. And I'm surprised how the Packers are up just 3-0 on the Browns. They're at the red zone deep in Cleveland territory now.
Okay, so they're gonna go up. So they're gonna go up 10-0. But still, I mean, for a full, are they in the third quarter?
Yeah.
Jesus, for a full half, it was 3-0 against the Browns. Look, I know it's NFL team versus NFL team, but good Lord.
Yeah. We know the Browns' defense is still good, but what? Oh. Now we go back into action. 8 Super Bowl winners from the Steelers. A lot of experience. The Patriots at the 4th youngest roster in the NFL. 45 postseason appearances, tied for 7th youngest in the NFL. 3 Super Bowl winners on this roster. This current Patriot roster wanting to operate with youth. They want to break out and be a playoff team. Jalen Ramsey, another former Super Bowl champion with the Los Angeles Rams, going to make a statement as Antonio Gibson, brought down by TJ Watt after an 8-yard run. Close to a first down yardage, say 8 or 9. It all depends on the spot. Still 14-7 Pittsburgh. Ramondre Stevenson and company, he wanted to deal with turnovers. Drake made for an interception in the end zone to Brandon Echols, and Stevenson fumbled at the 1-yard line, which wiped out 14 points off the board. 2nd and 1. May. He has the first down on the sneak. Just 2 yards, and that's enough for a first down. The Steelers went 3 and out. That was the first 3 and out that they have experienced on offense in this game. Mike Vrabel, in his first year as the Patriots head coach, he was inducted to the Patriots Hall of Fame in 2023. A 3-time Super Bowl champion with them, 2001, 2003, and 2004. This year's inductees to the Patriots Hall of Fame, which were announced before this game, are Julian Edelman and Bill Parcells. Gibson rushes to the right. The ball's out! And Pittsburgh has another fumble recovery! The 3rd time the Patriots have fumbled and lost the ball today.
Wow. Yeah. Patriots, Patriots, go over there in the corner.
How does this keep happening to the Patriots running backs?
Maybe 2 hands on the ball.
Well, Patrick Starr would say, you have to firmly grasp it.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. This is unbelievable. And what is also unbelievable is that it's 3rd and goal. Green Bay at the Cleveland 3. They have not yet gotten into the end zone yet.
What? Jeez, Packers, stop playing with your food.
Seriously. Oh, now they finally got in after 3 tries.
Okay, good Lord.
Oh, it's a pass to John Fitzpatrick, and they made the extra point, but it should not take this long to get into the end zone against the Browns of all teams.
Well, yeah, that's true. The Browns' defense is good. I'm just surprised that Joe Burrow hasn't made a mistake. Or sorry, not Joe Burrow. That Joe Flacco hasn't made a mistake yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. Oh my God! If you thought if you thought the witching hour from last week was chaotic enough, well, I don't know if the witching hour would be just as chaotic from this week. But last week, that Giants-Cowboys game, dear goodness. The epitome of chaos.
Yeah.
Just, well,
NFL Live, yeah.
whew. So now with the Steelers taking over,
That always seems to happen.
oh my god. Now the Steelers taking over, and they're in good field position to begin this drive. It was TJ Watt who forced that fumble. The last 6 plays for the Patriots featured 3 turnovers. It's a single back set. Motion right is Ben Skoranek. Towards the left, it is Kenneth Gainwell. Loss of 2. It is Christian Barmore this time for the run stuff. But that's 3 separate times in which the Patriot defense has forced a loss of 2 yards on a run play. Up and under as Skoranek was late to the block, but that wouldn't matter much as both Barmore and Kalavon Chason were both there to blow that up. 7 plays for negative yardage from the Steelers, 4 from the Patriots. They're 2nd and 12. It is a shotgun set. Trips right, 1 left, and on the motion is Pat Freiermuth. Patriots bring 4 on the rush. Rodgers heaves it up for Metcalf, too far. 3rd and long now for Pittsburgh. They wanted to avoid going 3 and out again like they did on their last drive, which didn't help the fact that a penalty was against them. Chason with a hit right after Rodgers threw the ball. And he got up quickly with some help. Crowd loud here at Gillette Stadium as they're preparing themselves for 3rd and 12. This is one of 16 stadiums for next year's World Cup. Will be temporarily renamed Boston Stadium for that moment. Rodgers dumps it off towards the right. Too many bodies there for Jaylen Warren to go by. And not close to a first down. It'll be a punting situation. And once the Patriots get the ball back, they're hoping that this time they don't turn the ball over. 4th and 7. As the Patriots defense holds firm. There are 2 safeties back deep that took away the deeper routes. One of them from Metcalf. It'll be Waitman for his 3rd punt of this game. 3rd and 12 is a tough down to convert as Waitman almost had it blocked. And Jones calls for the fair catch. Brings it in at the 12-yard line, which is where May and company will start this drive. So the Steelers and Patriots still making some mistakes. And we've been stuck on neutral with these 2 teams. It's more of an old-school defensive-minded game. An interception at the end of the first half, thrown by May to Brandon Echols in the end zone, followed by 2 fumbles. Pittsburgh got 7 points off turnovers. New England 0. 4 turnovers in this game, one of them being on an interception in the end zone, or being from fumbles, 2 of them being fumbles from Ramondre Stevenson. Up the middle it is Henderson. He gets 2 yards out this one, the former Buckeyes running back. See how Quinshon Judkins does with the Cleveland Browns, his first start with them. It'll be 2nd and 8 as Henderson got some usage here. New England needs to use him more. They drafted him as a free down back. They're hoping that he gets some more usage out this backfield. It was a gain of 1, or rather it's a gain of 2. So it will be 2nd and 8. 70 rushing yards by the Patriots, opposed to the Steelers 44. May heaves it to the right, finds Hollins. Hollins just short of the first down, brought down by Queen. The clock continues to roll. It's 3rd and 1. They have Stevenson on the bench. Though they'd be better off with using Henderson as their running back. Peyton Wilson getting the call to sub out. Cole Holcomb comes in. Henderson exits. Hollins in the game for this sequence. likely going to be a running play. On first down conversions, the Patriots are 5 for 8. The Steelers load up the box. May rolls out towards the right. He can run, and he'll slide for the first down. He goes across the first down marker and moves those chains. The quarterback keeper on this one. And that time Moses kind of got a bit of a hold on TJ Watt. However, that one was not picked up by Cleet Blakeman's crew. Though Blakeman usually is one of those referees that likes to have his crew throw out a lot of flags. Motion left is Hunter Henry. Holcomb and Queen are the two linebackers here. Queen leading the charge. Keanu Benton steps to the right. May, wide open. That's Kyle Williams towards the left. One of the rookies for the Patriots. Out of Washington State. 5'11", 190. Want to get the ball out. He knows where his guys are going to be. He delivers it into that open space as he is forced out by Eccles. Of course, moving that efficiently on the outside. 60-24 for 154 yards. A touchdown and a pick is May. His game up ahead is Henderson. He has a first down. 8 yards from Williams. This time, Henderson plunges it down the middle. And then they have Jabril Peppers on defense. The versatility and the heavy hits are what he does so well. Linebacker, strong safety, free safety. He can line up anywhere, even at corner. Looking at the pictures, it's Rodgers and May have ball control so similar to one another. Ball at the 34-yard line, Patriot territory. On the play fake, May towards the middle, zips one to Williams, or rather Howlands, 11 yards, and it moves the chains again. It was in 8th grade when he wanted to copy the grip that Aaron Rodgers had. He puts that pinky finger right by the lace, not on the lace. 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter, with the Steelers leading 14-7. Steelers need to finish out strong and not have it be sluggish. A run to left to Henderson. Henderson carries on several defenders with him and gets 5 yards out of it, including the Marvin Leal. 14-7 still, as Rodgers 11-16 for 89 yards, while May is 16-24 for 154 yards. Each quarterback is throwing a touchdown and an interception in this game. May back under center. Either this could be a running play or a run up the left. It is a run to the left from Henderson, and the Steelers read that one well. Did not get through that first read. Daniel Equali with the tackle. Forced third and free. It spread out the defensive line between linemen. They've used Yaya Black more often on run plays, which is what Steelers fans want to see more and more, to have him be utilized on running plays. Doug Marrone is the offensive line coach for the Patriots. Former head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's going to get his offensive line up to speed on third down. May looking to escape, and he slides. Was there a late hit? One official steps up, pointing first down. The other says fourth down. They will say fourth down. May was half a yard short. He thought he got the first down. Ooh, it looks like two defenders went up and over. They did avoid May. Didn't hit him towards that head area. It'll be 4 for 1. The offense stays out there. The Steelers are loading up the middle of the box. Has to be ready for the run. The Mario Douglas motions left and then comes back towards right. It's another pitch. Henderson. And he gets another first down. Same play they ran earlier, but a flag is down. The Patriots already celebrating. So there's a penalty to the end of it. Hands to the face, Nick Herbig. So that penalty is going to add 5 more yards to the end of that run. The Matt Collins did block off Herbig, and Herbig put his hands right onto the face of Hollins, and it's stuck in there. 1st and 10, right after that penalty, so that moves the Patriots 5 more yards. The ball's now inside the 40, just barely inside. Hunter Henry moving to the left on the motion. Faking the handoff. May blocked off nicely. It's Henry. Chased by Holcomb. Turns it upfield for another first down. Once again, the play designs being used to perfection by the Patriots here in this second half and the second quarter onwards. The block was picked up as Nick Herbig was rushing free. He is getting more reps in the absence of Alex Highsmith. As New England getting closer to the red zone. 14-7, Steelers lead. There's one man in motion, Henderson. Can't get anything going that time. It is just 2 yards on the run to the 22-yard line. There'll be second down for the Patriots. They have to get more out of this running game. So far, the running game has been the benefactor for what has been a Patriot offense that has turned the ball over several times. Or many times in this game. 4 times to be exact. The Steelers have slowed down offensively in their last few possessions. Steelers defense needing a stop here. Motioning to the fullback spots, Austin Hooper. Henderson gets away from one defender. And he just gets 1 yard. We're getting plunged by Holcomb. Cam Hayward was also there. So this will be another third down situation. 1 minute to go. And the substitutions here for the Steelers defense. Hayward still in. Patrick Queen back in. Brandon Echols in. This is a tight contest, but an old school defensive minded contest. Echols staying with his man. Have to be careful not to line up offside. May being pressured towards the left. Diggs. Catch is made, but he is short of the first down marker by 2 yards. Peyton Wilson got him with 2 hands, so it's 4th down. Will the Patriots go for it on 4th and 2? They did go for it on 4th and half a yard, but that decision will likely have to be made when they go to the 4th quarter. Time is ticking down, and Drake May trying to catch the Steelers off guard, trying to draw them off sides as Keyshawn Bode runs towards the right. And that's it for the 3rd quarter. The Steelers still lead 14-7 after 45 minutes. The final 15 will be decided here at Gillette Stadium, home of the Tom Brady statue. Returning to you in a moment. So in the meantime, guess a lot has changed over the last few minutes. And the Eagles have made a game on the Rams. And finally, Jalen Hurts finds A.J. Brown. 4 catches, 61 yards in the game. Well, finally, they're on the same page. The Commanders up 27-10 on the Raiders in what has been a solid performance from Washington. Yeah, and a 90-yard punt return from Jalen Lane. So far, the Packers, they're not getting a lot on the Browns. So far, there's been no offense from the Browns at all. Basically none. Oh boy. Ugh. I'm also looking over at the MLB. for anything that's happening over there. The Pirates are up 10-0 on the A's. And the Tigers are collapsing at the worst time. This was a team that led by 14 games in the AL Central in July and 12.5 on August 25th. And now they may be in danger of missing the playoffs entirely. Yikes. Yeah, they're trailing the Atlanta Braves right now. Yankees and Orioles tied at 1. Nationals lead the Mets 3-1. The Blue Jays up 3-0 on the Royals. Cardinals 2-0 on the Brewers. 2-1 Guardians on the Twins as we're coming back here from Foxborough. And of course, the Patriots, they're keeping their offense out there on the field. They are going for it on 4th and 2. They have made their last 2 4th down plays. They've converted their last 2 4th and short plays. They're going to go for it again. Rodgers, 11-16. He has thrown touchdown pass number 509 of his career earlier in the game. Stephon Diggs motions out towards the right. May throwing this towards the middle. Zeps one to Henry. Touchdown! These two in sync again. And his faith has paid off in the offense. And we're getting close to a tie ball game. Hunter Henry goes right down the middle and Peyton Wilson blows an assignment. Not a single Steeler was able to pick him up. And that was an easy touchdown and pass from May to Henry. Andy Borregales, he tried to tie this up at 14 apiece. He makes it. He missed 2 PATs last week. So far, no issue. It's 14-14 here this 4th quarter. Second touchdown between these two. And we're all knotted up. Going back to the scoreboards, it's 20-0 Panthers. Unbelievable. Colts are up 27-13. And once again, we're zooming to baseball, where, of course, these playoff battles are heating up already. The late night game being the Mariners and Astros. The national TV slate being the Mariners and Astros. And between this and the Chiefs and Giants, I might have to split my time watching both. Because that's how much I'll be paying attention to both games at the same time. Just what in the world? Well, just going back over to the NFL scoreboards, it is a game between the Rams and Eagles. Officially, 26-21, Rams still lead. But it is too close for comfort in some of the scoreboards. Especially this one, and the one that we're covering. Here in Foxborough, heading back into action, where it's 14-all. The Steelers have completely slowed down ever since the start of the second quarter. It was a fast start in the first quarter. But ever since, it's been all Patriots in both ways. 4 turnovers, but in 15 plays, Drake May and company go 88 yards for the score. 5 for 5, 62 yards, and a touchdown on the drive. Second touchdown pass on the day. The Steelers have run 33 plays, the Patriots 55. This kick will not be returned. The change was made. Caleb Johnson was swapped out for Trey Sermon. Julian Edelman and Bill Parcells being saluted here at Gillette Stadium. Parcells coached the Patriots to Super Bowl 31. They lost to the Green Bay Packers. Edelman was the star wideout for the Patriots and three of their Super Bowl wins. Robert Kraft, the team owner, up at the press box with Jonathan Kraft, his son. As motion left his Pat Fryermuth. Play fake to Warren as Rodgers scrambles to Jonnu Smith on this catch. Smith cannot get anywhere, and the ball comes out! Was this picked up by Woodson? The ball was scooped up before. The ball was out of bounds before it was scooped up. The Steelers will keep it. They dodge a bullet. Harold Landry, who's been everywhere for the Patriots defense, knocking Smith off the ball. The ball came out of bounds at the last moment. It's a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 10. Another under center play. The Steelers need to go more play action. That's to open up the playbook. Rodgers gives it over towards the right side for Jaylen Warren. Just across the line of scrimmage for 3 yards. Robert Spillane with the stop. Need the one to make the run stop. 3rd and 8. And a nice job by Spillane to defend the run. Primarily, he's a run stopper. And something the Patriots need to focus on is tackling. Because they and the Steelers are two of the worst teams in the league at tackling. 3rd and 8. It's a shotgun set. The Patriots have done a good job at defending 3rd down. Fryermuth motions towards the left. Marte Mapu carrying on with Fryermuth. Rodgers throwing. He's going to heave one down the near side. Flag drawn. DK Metcalf was the targeted receiver, and there was no clear path for him to even make a catch. Carlton Davis called for defensive pass interference on the play, and that is a free 1st down for the Steelers. If Metcalf going on a vertical route, that's something that he specializes with a lot of the time. And by the time Davis looked up at the ball, it was already too late. And Metcalf, of course, drawing that, and going on vertical routes, something he does so well at. Metcalf, a big physical receiver. Under center here. They're now in New England territory at their 45. 7th penalty of the game for the Patriots. The Steelers also have 7 penalties. 2 left and 2 right. Stack formation. The only running back in the backfield is Jaylen Warren. This is a run to Warren up the middle. And nothing. Just 1 yard. Just a 2-yard pickup, they say. And yes, we speak of humiliation. Vikings are up 41-3. A lot of communication at the line of scrimmage from the Patriots as they adjusted their defensive technique. That was Jack Gibbons, the other linebacker, 51 in red. Patriots wearing their red throwback uniforms as opposed to their nautical blue home uniforms that they wore most of the time. On the play fake, Rodgers getting away with the pressure. Up the middle. Overthrown, intended for Austin. And Rodgers wanted to get a penalty. Nothing. That was Marcus Jones on the defense. Jonathan Taylor with a huge run for the Colts. He broke away from 3 tackles. Wow. 3rd and 8. When we talk about old school Jonathan Taylor, the Wisconsin Badger is thriving. 3rd and 8. Tied at 14 here at Foxborough. Fryer move motions left. Once again, Mapu staying with him. Could this be a similar play? 3 left and 1 right. Rodgers, they get it off on time. Rodgers towards the middle. Bobbled it incomplete. Right off of Mapu. He had a pick last week for the Patriots against the Dolphins. This time, New England makes sure that Steelers do not get deeper into their territory with Mapu. It was a little bit behind and it bounced off the back of his jersey. That's one of the weirdest ways to break up the pass. It will be a punt from Waitman again. The Patriots offense has been on one from this second quarter onwards as Waitman sends this one. It's a fly ball, fair catch at the 17. 26-yard kick. Drake made the Patriots taking the field right now. 179 yards. He accounted for 179 yards of offense. And once we come back, he'll lead the way. Unbelievable. There's another touchdown from the Vikings. It's 41-3 over there. Unbelievable. Just what in the absolute wide world? Yeah, I was wondering where you were at, but 41-3.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so here's something interesting. Here's a recession gauge that people don't think about, but someone's calling it out. The hamburger helper index.
Just, I am in absolute shock. Oh, 3 straight turnovers by the Patriots. Just 1 yard from the Steelers out of it. That's pitiful. And then you get the Commanders who are up 34-10 now. The last touchdown from Bill Krosky Merritt. 1 yard out. And Jeremy McNichols chimed in with a 60-yard run. Marcus Mariota, all he has to do is manage the game. And he is managing the game nicely. It's a run-focused offense by the Commanders. They're operating it to near perfection. The Buccaneers up on the Jets 23-6, no surprise. Jamel Dean with a pick 6 off Tyrod Taylor. And now we're back here at the Bay State. As the Patriots looking to take the lead, their first of the game on the Steelers. Here in this fourth quarter. Trying to find something. Former teammates Travion Henderson and Jack Sawyer, now on opposite sides. They both are teammates of the Ohio State Buckeyes, but now they're on opposite sidelines. Sawyer staying put with Will Howard as Henderson, looking to break free, gets 5 yards out the run on the first play at this drive. TJ Watt brought him down. Cole Holcomb is also there. It appears that the running back to go to now is Henderson after the fumbles from Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson. Watt has just 1 sack in this game, but he has a knack for disrupting plays. 2nd and 5 with 2 receivers left and 3 to the right. Empty set for the Patriots. Steelers rush 4. Zips one towards the middle. And there's another catch. Well, a first down, and that's Hooper, the former Atlanta Falcon. 12 yards on the pickup. It's defended by Chuck Clark. That's a size advantage by Hooper. A great catch by Hooper, who jumped across to pick this up. A rocket of an arm from May, and he is accurate with it too. That's a 12-point in which the Patriots gained at least 10 yards. The Steelers have just 5 of them. May. Towards the middle again. Here's Hooper again. To midfield. And the Patriots offense being methodical this time. Clark with the tackle again. But it's the exact same play like they ran last time. Running to the same area and finding the middle of the field is a stick route. And Hooper's getting a breath. 8 straight completions from May. And Hooper's set on a 1-year deal with New England. Staying with them. Henderson all the way to the right on this motion. 3 left and 2 right. To TJ Watt, this time playing as an inside linebacker as May. Hits his 9th straight target. And it's Henderson who runs it out of bounds. And Henderson's route running ability is something to watch. It's a first down, 6 yards on the catch and run from Henderson. Matt Collins, Keyshawn Booty, and Austin Hooper are back in. It is 2 tight ends on the trip set left. Collins there. Booty lined up all the way to the right on a 1-on-1 matchup. Up the middle, Henderson, and he is brought down. 3rd and 2 now as Keanu Benton and Yaya Black were both there for the stop. Black, the rookie, out of Iowa. One of 2 rookies to be drafted out of Iowa from the Steelers. The other being Caleb Johnson. 3rd and 1 here. Another short yard situation. And the Steelers need to get something and bring some more pressure on Drake May. In the first quarter, the Steelers have gained 1 or 2 yards of offense ever since they have gained just 35. The Patriots over 300. It's a sneak from May. He keeps himself. He is well short on 3rd and 2. They are 3 of 3 on 4th down. And soon if you think that the Steelers will want to get a stop on 4th down, it's just half a yard to the down and distance. They are going to check the spot of the ball. The clock is still ticking. It's a tie ball game. Patriots want to exhaust the Steelers defense some more. One safety is back deep. Steelers preparing for the run. It is a fake. May rolls out and will get the first down. It is a bootleg play. And we're able to first and to celebrate that first down. And that's the 4th down conversion from the Patriots in the game. 4 for 4 as TJ Watt came off the block from Matt Collins. The speed differential is noticeable between May and Watt. It does slow you down, trying to shed the block off the edge. The Patriots using a lot of clock here. 7:48 as May waiting some time out, trying to escape, and he lost another! The Patriots fumble for the 4th time, and it's Steeler ball again! Five turnovers from the Steeler defense.
Are you kidding me?
They have to.
No. 4 fumbles by the Patriots, Alec. 4.
And somehow it's still a tie ball game. I don't know how, I don't know why, but this Patriot offense is dicing up the Steelers. They should be leading this game by now, but the Steeler defense is forcing fumbles left and right. What in the world is happening here? Oh my goodness.
Well, to update, the Rams, after failing to convert on 4th and 1, the Rams defense comes up to stop the Eagles on 4th and 6.
There was another guy who was just waiting for it.
Were the Eagles forced to go for it on 4th and 6, or is Nick Sirianni being too greedy?
No, they were in no man's land. I mean, they were right on the 50-yard line. I don't think their punter is good. I don't think their punter is good enough for selective kicks. So they didn't really have a choice.
Is it too long for a field goal, too short for a punt?
Yep. But so yeah, they didn't have a choice. But the Rams defense comes up clutch, and now the Rams offense has excellent field position.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. And now Kirk Cousins has just entered the game for the Falcons.
What? Kirk Cousins? Is Penix having that bad of a day?
Yeah, it's 27-0 Carolina.
What? Whoa, wait, the Panthers are putting one on the Falcons?
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Now, don't get me wrong, I expected Carolina to win, but like this?
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But it's 14. It's 14 Steelers and Patriots. If the Steelers turn it over one more time, Alec, I think we're getting a greatest game.
Oh my gosh. Here's Rodgers, who begins the drive with a throw to Austin, who caught it for 7 yards, maybe 8. But the last time the Patriots turned the ball over 5 times was when they faced this exact team, the Steelers, in 2008. They lost that game 33-10, which remains the last time the Steelers ever beat the Patriots at Gillette Stadium.
Wow.
Motioning to the right is Pat Freiermuth, who goes back to the left on the motion. The thought is that this could be a run play. Right, this could be a run, and it is going to be a run. Here's Jaylen Warren trying to let go of Marcus Jones. He's across midfield. It's a first down. A run for 5 yards. The run game has started out very slow for the Steelers. But if you want more plays of all your running backs, you need to hit your running backs more and more on passing plays. Play action. Extra offensive lineman for the Steelers on this next play. That is Spencer Anderson, 74 in white. He is to the right of Troy Fautanu, the sophomore out of Washington. He was Michael Penix Jr.'s windside blocker. On the play fake, Rodgers gets it to Warren, as I said. Warren shifts ahead. Warren has a first down and short to 30. A nice play design from Arthur Smith this time around. The Steelers looking to cash in on the 5th turnover forced. Low slip as he got by through Robert Spillane, the former Steeler, now Patriot. Excellent execution from Smith's offense. 5:45 to go in the 4th quarter. The Steelers looking to exercise their demons. 73 total yards for Warren on the day as Metcalf motions all the way to the right. Once again, it's Warren on the run. Across the 30, gets it to the 28. Another 5 yards before running into Robert Spillane. 5:20 to go. But this game, seeing all sorts of defense here. Michael Penix Jr., 18 of 36, 172 yards, 2 interceptions, one of them being a pick 6. No touchdown passes. That's how bad the game was for Penix. Rushing yards are 104 to 59, New England. You have Skoranek and Austin out there on the field for the Steelers. Another play fake. Rodgers rolling out towards the left, getting away from the pressure. He's going to slide 3 yards as he was pursued by K'Lavon Chaisson. It'll be 3rd and 2. But whatever gas he has left on the tank on the running, whatever little gas he has left, he uses it to escape the pressure and get away to run for 3 yards. He's not what he used to be running-wise, but this time around, he did use his legs. Pittsburgh has converted just 2 third downs. They have not converted on their last 4 third downs. They're 2 for 7. 2 receivers to the right. This is a jumbo set, and a timeout was taken with 4 minutes to go. Play clock was winding down, and the first timeout taken by the Steelers. Rodgers wants to make sure that everyone's on the same page. His 2 sophomore linemen, Zach Frazier and Mason McCormick. Frazier coming from West Virginia, McCormick from South Dakota State. Of course, West Virginia being a rival school to Pitt. Of course, this rivalry, of course, never ending over the Allegheny Mountains in the northern side. But here at New England, things are getting very testy between these 2 historic rivals. The Patriots are 15-4 against the Steelers since 1998. And that coincides with the arrival and the departure of Tom Brady with the Patriots, the arrival and retirement of Ben Roethlisberger, too. They start 2 for 2, but have missed on their last 5 third down conversions. On the motion left is Freiermuth. On the run here towards the right is Warren, who gets the first down. And the first third down conversion for the Steelers since the first quarter. He went airborne, jumping over one of the defensive backs of the Patriots as Craig Woodson. He misses on the low tackle. And now the Steelers in prime territory. Harold Landry split out towards the right. 4 rushes and 2 passes for Pittsburgh in this drive. 41 yards and 4 minutes and counting on this drive. Everyone's been in sync now. They're 1 yard away from the red zone. Motioning to left is Jonnu Smith. Warren, let's go with 1 tackle. Couldn't get away from the reinforcements. It's a loss of 1. That's Kyrus Tonga, the former Chicago Bear. And a really nice play by Tonga and company. Getting onto the backfield as he got Warren to shake off him one moment. 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Warren turned a 5-yard loss into a 1-yard loss. Shook him off nicely. That's a 9 play for a negative yardage by the Steelers. We'll see how this goes here on 2nd and 11. Shotgun set with 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Movement up front, and the Steelers are going to be pushed further back. It looks like it's Fautanu. It is. The sophomore right tackle playing his first full-time season. He lost almost all of last season, if not all of last season, to a season-ending injury. And because of that false start, it stops the clock at 2:30. Mike Tomlin upset. Pittsburgh at the 27-yard line. That's the 8th penalty by the Steelers. So far, Clete Blakeman has thrown 15 flags. Calvin Austin motioning towards the left, lined up in the slot. Austin goes back towards the right, with Charles Woods following him. Shotgun set. Rodgers to throw. Rodgers dump off towards the left. Gainwell. Gainwell has some blockers with him. And he fights his way to the red zone at the Patriot 17. Timeout is called. It is the Patriots calling timeout. Their first timeout of this half. The loss and gets the lost yardage back. Some good blocks from Isaac Sumalo and Mason McCormick. Sumalo, part of the Eagles offensive line several years ago. He signed with the Steelers as part of a revitalized offensive line. That plan included James Daniels on the right guard. Daniels was suffered a season-ending injury last year. McCormick stepped up nicely in his absence. Daniel since signed a deal with the Miami Dolphins. 10 yards on that catch and run from Kenneth Gainwell. And off 5 turnovers in the red zone, could this be a position where they can finally get a scoring drive? They haven't scored a touchdown since much earlier in the game. 5 rushes, 3 passes, 45 yards on 5:21 off the clock. Shotgun set with 3 receivers right. Rodgers facing 5 men. Pass to Austin, the end zone! Touchdown! Stone Cold Calvin Austin!
Stone Cold Calvin Austin.
On the back shoulder as he found
I'll allow it.
yeah, as he found the slightest bit of separation from Marcus Jones. And finally, the Steelers take the lead. An extra point will help them a ton. And now, the biggest possession defensively for the Steelers, because they've been getting gashed in the last few drives. Kick is good. 21-14 down the middle for the Wizard of Oz. The turnovers becoming a constant problem for the Patriots. With 2:16 to go, the Steelers take back the lead. Returning from Foxborough in a moment. Oh, you want to hear something? Jamar Chase gets a huge touchdown to cut the lead to 37.
Huh. Good for him.
Well, yeah. Good for him and good for fantasy owners. But, man, has this been a laughter and a half. Yeah, we had our laughs earlier. Oh my goodness. We'd wonder what in the world is happening around what in... And it's now 30-0 Panthers. What's left here in Carolina is just to complete the shutout. And the Texans scored a touchdown. Not kidding either, an actual touchdown. Oh my gosh. And the Browns kick a field goal in one of the ugliest games ever. Just, sheesh. Well, at least we... Gonna post something on the Jumbo. One of the best highlights ever in baseball. This man, Jacob Young, bobbled a catch, kicked it up to himself, and still made the catch for the putout. I'm amazed.
Just... yeah.
Just how?
Bullshit in baseball. That's how.
Yep. Just like here in this game. 21-14 as the Patriots are returning this from their own 2-yard line. Henderson crowded onto at the 26. 5 takeaways from the Steelers. 4 of them being fumbles. 2 from Ramondre Stevenson. An interception by Brandon Echols. Then a fumble from Antonio Gibson. And then Drake May getting strip sacked by Nick Herbig. TJ Watt recovers. Fumble recoveries earlier this year in the first 2 weeks, 1 for the Steelers. In this game, 4. And they have allowed 14 points in this game. Careful not to allow a game-tying touchdown. Out of bounds is Kayshon Bode with 2:07. The Patriots have 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning to work with. So that's a catch. 8 yards for Bode. It's always important to get plays off and throw towards the outside. 7 yards on the catch. And he's emerged as one of their top wideouts on this team. Shotgun set. May. Well protected. Now running out of time. Gets it off quickly to Henry at the 40. First down. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The line of scrimmage will be New England's 40-yard line. The Patriots are rolling, and they're doing it methodically. Pittsburgh leads. Well. The Browns have scored a touchdown. And it's Quinshon Judkins up the middle. The extra point is good. It's a tie game at Cleveland. What?
Could you repeat that, Alex?
Yes. The Browns have tied the game against the Packers.
Oh.
What?
It's still Joe Flacco throwing the ball, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Oh. He'd be down for that. Oh my goodness. The outright hilarity of every week. Oh my goodness. just simply amazing what is happening in this week. Simply amazing. Now we're returning here from Foxborough. The mission here for the Patriots is to make Julian Edelman and Bill Parcells proud. They're both new inductees to the Patriots Hall of Fame. And a game tying or game winning drive could do a lot of wonders in this game. The Steelers defense wanting to force another stop. In the second half, May is 12 of 12 for 119 yards, has a touchdown. He has yet to throw an incomplete pass. 13 of 21 in the first half, threw a touchdown and an interception. On an empty set, May, well protected. 13 straight completions in this half. This time to Henderson, who takes it to the 48. Patriots going no huddle, as they should be. 2nd and 2. Diggs and Douglas wide out to the right. Bode to the left. Keep an eye out for Stephon Diggs. Steelers send the blitz after May. Chasing him is Herbig. May running for it. He has the first down as he runs it out of bounds with the block set by Henry. Gets it out of bounds deep into Steeler territory. Well, not exactly deep, but getting deeper there. Shy at the 35. Looks in command so far. He's taking control of this young quarterback showing what he can do. He had one of the most ridiculous game-tying touchdown passes last year against the Tennessee Titans. Despite the loss, it was still a ridiculous sequence. 257 passing yards for May, 301 total yards. May, under a rush, jam down! T.J. Watt! Nick Herbig got the initial pressure, which forced May to run to the left, or he ran into Watt. Over at the backside, as he was also being held by Morgan Moses too. The Patriots are forced to use one of their timeouts as a result. The 5th sack of this game by the Steelers. The ball goes back to the 40. New England has one timeout left. The first down marker is the Steeler 27. Motion left is Demario Douglas. Steelers send 4 this time. Now they blitz towards the middle. Juggled and incomplete. Right off the hands of Douglas. Well, that stopped the clock at 1:21. Not the worst thing that can happen to the Patriots. And he slid down and lost his footing. Could not firmly grasp it. So the streak of 13 straight completions comes to an end for Drake May with 81 seconds left. This time Douglas is wide out to the right with 2 other receivers. Matt Collins is the only guy to the left. May, well protected this time, throws middle, caught, short the first down. It's Henry, his favorite target. 1:10 to go, and I would imagine the Patriots are going to get organized here. A timeout is being called with 1:07. This time it's the Steelers calling timeout. They want to get their defense reorganized.
All right, Drake May, let's see what you got in you.
But do remember here, Ian, the Patriots have converted all 4 of their previous 4th down situations. All of them have been short yardage, and this is 4th and 1.
Yep.
You have to see what exactly they're going to run. Nobody would be mad if they went with a running play because they went with running plays in their previous 4 4th down tries. But this is the biggest play for the Steeler defense here. 4th and 1 for all the marbles. May, Steelers send the house. Douglas trying to run away. Cannot! Brandon Echols made sure that Demario Douglas was a yard short, and the Steelers will take over.
And with that, the Steelers win the football game.
He went backwards, and all receivers are taught you should never go backwards in these situations. You should move forward. They will take another look at it. But for the moment, it is a turnover on downs. The Patriot offense is on the bench. They're going to put time on the clock. 1:03. The Patriots can only stop the clock once. And the Steelers are getting into victory formation. They kneel out the rest of this clock. The last play on offense for the Patriots being a loss of yardage. Aaron Rodgers makes the first of 2 kneel downs, and it's official. The Carolina Panthers have blanked the Atlanta Falcons. The Steelers, the worst tackling team in the NFL, they worked on fundamentals, and they get the tackles that they needed. And Mike Vrabel is upset. You can see the look in his eyes. He knew it. And that is all she wrote for this game. One more kneel down here for the Steelers. There it is. And there you have it. For the first time since 2008, the Pittsburgh Steelers have won at Foxborough.
Well, congrats to the Steelers, I guess.
And it could have been the most Steeler way possible. My goodness. Because if you look at the stats, 368 total yards for the Patriots. The Steelers have 202 yards of offense on their own. But it's the turnovers that was the one stat that mattered the most. The 5 turnovers came back to bite the Patriots at the worst time possible. Just how? How in the world? I could not imagine this. Oh my goodness. Well, one last look at scores because goodness gracious of that game. And even though it's the 4th quarter, still in disbelief at how the Vikings are routing the Cincinnati Bengals. We had a good laugh about that one, Ian, didn't we? Well, the Packers are in field goal range.
Okay, 4th and goal, Alex. 4th and goal for the Eagles.
And with 151 left and 2 timeouts, I think if they don't get it, I think LA just runs some running plays and that's that.
Yep.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, switching over feeds now. So as to for bonus coverage. But, oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm seeing the 4th and goal. The Eagles have it, yes. Bonus coverage. And it all matters here for Philadelphia. All right. Saquon Barkley spelled wide towards the right. 3 receivers towards the left and 2 towards the right. See how Jalen Hurts manages this one. The Rams defense looking to go shutdown here on this one. Trying to confuse this Eagle offense. Rams send 5. Hurts. Got his man. Devontae Smith. Touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in Philadelphia. The crowd goes crazy. A lot of A.J. Brown in this half. And
as Sirianni signals for 2.
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't he? Nick Sirianni, of course, wants to go for 2. He gets the 2 fingers up. The Eagles coming to life. The Rams had a 26-7 lead in this game. And now it's gone. These 2 teams, both 2-0. There's been a lot of scrutiny about the tush push as of late because of the missed false starts. No need for the tush push. Is this going to be a run or is this going to be a pass? It is a pass. Hurts towards the middle. Off the hands of Smith. So the Rams still positioned to win with a field goal.
All right. Here we go. It is time. It is. Do you know what it's time for? It's the 4th quarter.
The witching
This
hour.
team is down. You know what Stafford does.
Yep. And he's the king. He's the king of game-winning drives. Yep. And he loves these situations a lot. He knows that they need a game-winning drive. You can count on him. You remember the Super Bowl? That was the magnum opus of game-winning drives.
Yeah.
Yep. Fans chanting EAGLES, Eagles. Smith, he got that one on the right, beating out his men on that right side. First touchdowns of the year for both A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. The kick is up. It'll be returned from the 8-yard line. On the right side and stopped at the 30 was Blake Corum. The Eagles wanting to turn things up a notch on defense, and they did in week 1 in the second half. Their defense celebrated by doing the tush push. Week 2, much of the same thing on defense. As Travis Kelce dropped that pass in the end zone, Andrew Makuba returned it to the 40. So far, Josh Simmons looks promising at left tackle. No pressures allowed against the Eagles, even with that touchdown-saving tackle. We know Philadelphia went on to score a touchdown on a tush push. From the 30, the Rams start this off. They have 1 timeout to work with, 1:44. Stafford begins of an incomplete pass. He was looking towards Puka. Jacorian Bennett was jumping the route, trying to break the pass up. The two-minute drill is something that Stafford does best. No huddle on the play right after an incompletion. Stafford trying to exhaust his defense. Catch made. Here's Nakua to the 40. And they'll have to get the ball spotted. It's going to be at the right sideline. As Nakua hands the ball off to the official. Clock is still rolling as the Eagles defense is trying to get set. The Rams offense is set. 3rd and 1. Run up the middle for Kyron Williams. He has the first down. Now you gotta go fast if you're the Rams. You have to keep that tight. Long passing plays will work here. 108, 107, 106. They get off with 105. Stafford throws it over the middle for Nakua. And 5 yards shy of field goal range. They're getting closer to Josh Carty's range. Let's see if the Rams can walk it off here. On the right side. Shotgun set. Stafford still going with that formation. Eagles blitz. Stafford gets this deep. And again incomplete. Nakua wants a flag. He will not get it. He wants a defensive holding call. It was clear that Stafford wanted to go for Puka. And of course, yes, the officials missed it. He got grabbed by the back of the jersey. And Josh Riccardi is warming up. His career long is 58 yards. 41 seconds is left in this game. That's where the clock is stopped at. Tyler Higbee motions towards the right. Eagles once again blitz towards the middle. Stafford finds his man. And they're in field goal range. That is Jordan Whittington, 88. 3rd and 1. And you can just run this up the middle. Stafford's going no huddle. So now, here's a handoff to Williams. He'll get the first down. And are they comfortable kicking from the spot? 15 seconds left. And that last timeout is being used.
Oh, wait a second, Alex.
The Browns?
I think Philly took their timeout before LA. I think LA still has their final timeout.
Hey, good point. Yes, Philadelphia did take their timeout. So the Rams are hanging on to that final timeout. They could just run this one more time and then run the clock down to, say, about 3 seconds. And then they can call the timeout there, send Carty out there for the winning kick. Unless if the Eagles want to use that last timeout to try and ice Carty. You want to get this as close as possible to avoid any pressure. Shotgun set. Every one of the Eagles fans are on their feet. That missed 2-point conversion is going to loom large if they don't make it. Stafford's going to pass. And towards the right. And it is right off of Nakua. Incomplete as Bennett was the one covering. Hold your breath. Don't make any risky decisions. In fact, why are you passing here on first down? Just right over Bennett as Nakua was almost close. He was so close to mossing Bennett. Trying to grab that right on the back of his helmet. How incredible would that have been? Now it's 2nd and 10. Ball at the Philadelphia 32.5. Motioning right is Nakua. Up the middle, Williams. Williams inside the 30 to the 26. And the Rams will let this wind to about 2 seconds or 3 seconds. And they'll use that timeout to send Josh Carty out there. The Eagles have that final timeout that they can use to try and ice Carty. He has hit 4 field goals today. His last field goal was blocked. 3rd and 3. He's made from 51, 28, 33, and 46. The one from 36 yards was blocked. The Rams special teams, they need to step up a ton. Of course, the tush push will be a point of emphasis in the next meeting. It comes down to one kick from Carty. A miss or a block wins it for Philadelphia. And a timeout by the Eagles. They're going to try and ice Carty. Oh yeah, and by the way, speaking of blocked field goals, the Browns blocked the potential winning kick. And by the way, Cleveland wins. Unbelievable. Rams are looking for revenge for the earlier block kick. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis looking to go up the middle to try to block this game-winning kick. 44 yards away for the win for the Rams. Snap and hold are good. Kick is on the way, and it's blocked! The Eagles have blocked the kick! Jordan Davis is returning his back! The Eagles will walk it off on a blocked field goal! Can you believe it?
You gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. If I, at the end, in the post game, I am grilling the line, the special teams line. If I'm the special teams coach for special teams coordinator, you let them through not once, but twice.
Oh my goodness. That's twice now in which this has happened in the game. Oh my word. Jordan Davis is not a fast player, but oh my goodness. For defensive line standards, he is fast. And he and Jalen Carter went up the middle to block the kick. Oh, wow. So in the end, that missed 2-point conversion didn't matter. Oh. The defending champions are now 3-0. Just unbelievable stuff. At the end of the day, 2 games decided on blocked kicks. What is happening? Oh. Guess that's going to do it here. So we're going to wrap this up. Steelers win. Eagles win. So both sides of Pennsylvania are eating good here. So anything else before we wrap this up, Ian?
The Eagles have to lose eventually, right? God. Blessed. Yeah. I just hope my Chiefs can win the day against the Giants. Otherwise, I am going to be miserable.
Well, eventually I think it's going to happen.
I hope so. Anyways, Alec, have a good day.
You too, Ian. Alongside Ian, I am Alec Nava saying so long from Foxborough. Have a good day.